the love of liberty, in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare, side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land, we pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners, wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection, and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. Net Radio.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ngilondoloze, uhambenami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, ikayalami, ngilondoloze, uhambenami, zungangishilana. I'm not perfect, I came from ruthless times as a juvenile. Ilondoloze, Sungangishilana. Look into my eyes, see pain and sacrifice. What's goes on my mind, just trying to survive. Ilondoloze, Sungangishilana. Tomaka ema wuru, oti wuru si wuru. Emi wan wa mi ni buru, toju ko oju o. Mi eni teji sori, time si mi soli. Lati ikoro si buru, down to Ikorodu.
Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami
Jerusalem, Itayalami, Ilondoloze, Ambenami, Zungangishilana, Abona, I'm not perfect, I came from ruthless times, as a juvenile, Ilondoloze, Zungangishilana. Tomaka emo wuru wuru, oti wuru si wuru wuru. Emi won wa mi ni wuru wuru. Toju ko oju wuru. Ni ani teji suru. Time see me solo. Lati ikoro si boro. Now to Ikorodu.
Wake up, rise up. It's the Net Radio Breakfast Show, bringing you the energy, music, and vibes to start your day right.
Well, everybody, this is where we say a very special good morning to you. And of course, thank you so much for making us your choice each and every day. Thank you very much for tuning in, turning on, being here with us on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio it is. Heartbeat of the Caribbean, taking you above and beyond. Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning to Tobago. Neighbors in the Caribbean, good day to you. Friends and family streaming all around the globe in your different spaces and time slot. We thank you for showing up and being with us this Friday morning. Yeah. Cheers to the weekend as we kick the doors wide open to the weekend here on the net. Let me say much thanks to the Heavenly Father for bringing us together for another day. And everything that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing unto you. People of yours truly, Sir Charles, checking in. Happy am I to be in this space with you as we welcome everybody to the weekend, the Friday edition of your breakfast show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here, we bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Morocco's Bay to the Savannah line, let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show, energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
It's a Friday, baby. To the world. Shake what your mama gave ya. Hey. Your weekend starts right here, baby.
Right here, baby, right here and right now. Good morning, everybody, and of course, welcome to the Breakfast Show, Friday edition, and we are happy to be here with you in the land of the living. I don't know about you guys, but trust me, I'm happy to be here. All right. So, let me say good morning to Richard, who I'm sure will join us very shortly, and of course, Wendell Stephen. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard Raghubasing. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. A special good morning to Tremaine Cummins. Morning, Tremaine, and your wonderful daughters. Have an absolutely wonderful day. I'll just quickly tell you before Richard comes in. That song was a spiritual prayer. Jerusalem is by a South African group, expressing a longing for heaven. And it means the lyrics, just in case you didn't know, because I had to look it up. Because so Charles, I never heard that version before, where they did the little English in between. I never heard that actually.
Yeah, that's the remix version of it.
Yeah, it says Jerusalema Ikaya Lami. That means Jerusalem is my home. Ningolo Doze, guard and protect me. Ohambe Nami means walk with me. And Zungankishi Lana means do not leave me here. So that's an idea of that hit. It's a gospel song that went viral at one point all over the world. And there was a dance to it too. I don't know the dance. I can't dance like that.
Yeah, there was a dance that went with it.
Yeah, but that tune was played specially for Tremaine and her daughters this morning. All right. Morning, Richard. How are you? Your mic off. Your microphone off.
Good morning, guys, and good morning to our listeners and viewers wherever you are in whatever time zone. And thanks for joining us on the Breakfast Show this morning, on this Friday morning, actually. So, the weekend has begun, people. But thanks for joining us. We know you have a choice, and we're glad you chose us. And good morning, Wendell, and good morning, Sir Charles, on this Friday morning.
Yes, this Trinidad and Tobago, I tell you, we are a special place. Yes, in case you're listening from outside of Trinidad and Tobago, you've never seen this show before, you've never listened to radio in Trinidad before, we are special. We are special. Okay? Just letting you know that. All right? But let me say happy birthday to my darling sister, Nadia. She's, of course, listening or watching. She never misses this show. She is celebrating her birthday today. I'm sure.
Well, that's how they pronounce it, Nadia, not Nadia.
Well, we grew up saying Nadia, but some people say Nadia.
Yeah. My instinct would be to say Nadia. So
most people would.
Yeah. We grew up saying Nadia, and we still say, I guess everybody, well, some people say Nadia, I guess.
Okay.
But it's how we grew up with the name.
Yeah. I know how that goes.
Yeah. But she's celebrating her birthday today. Have an absolutely wonderful day. I'm sure your sisters, daughter, nieces, cousins will all be there later down in St. James, where we gather every single Friday, God willing. You know what I mean? I'm sure they'll be happy. You lucky you get a Friday birthday. But you're one of the first people there on a Friday anyway. If you're not there already. Anyway, but happy birthday. And anybody else celebrating a birthday today, have an absolutely wonderful day. I understand the Powder Puff Girls are coming to Rumbox later. Excitement galore. Yeah, the Powder Puff Girls coming. So, Charles, don't forget you have the gifts from that Mother's Day competition. We have those gifts. Mr. Grant. It's Mr. Grant.
It's for you to go and pick it up.
Yes, I have to pick it up. Oh, shucks. Richard always up and down the East-West corridor more than me,
Nobody's up and down the East-West corridor more than you, Wendell.
I only do it 3 days a week now, Richard.
Nobody.
Sometimes less. I can't do it every day again. Sorry, I'm not doing it every day again. But I'll try to pass in today after radio, so Charles. When I'm on my way down.
No problem.
I'll call you and let you know. So Mr. Grant and Fran Romani and Robert Taylor, your gifts are ready. Your prizes are ready from Mother's Day competition, right? So we'll make arrangements. If you want, you can pass today. Once I go and pick them up today, you could pass today. Well, Robert, you have to hold on unless you want to give away your gifts. You have to hold on until you come into the country, that is. All right? But, guys, only take it away now because, you see me, if I start, I ain't going to stop. If I start, I ain't going to stop. So, Charles, you had to show that video and then we had to decipher that video again because clearly something happened in that video that the whole country missed.
All right. Well, let me, before we get into all of that, let me do our good news segment. Yeah, because this looks like it's going to be a crazy kind of day.
In communities across the Caribbean, young people are often faced with difficult choices. But in parts of Jamaica, a new approach is helping to change that reality. Through the Violence Interruption Program, trained community members are stepping in to guide at-risk youth toward opportunity. These violence interrupters work directly within communities, identifying conflicts early and helping to prevent them from escalating. They build trust, offer mentorship, and provide a steady presence where it's needed most. Instead of turning to negative influences, they are being introduced to new paths through education and positive role models. Families are seeing changes at home, and young people are becoming more hopeful about their future. Real change begins within the community. One conversation, one decision, and one life at a time. That's good news on Net Radio. Follow our channels and listen at netradiott.com for more great content.
Okay. Good news.
All right. That was good news. And of course, we could quickly go through the chat because we have as I tell earlier, the program is just you plan a program and then bam, something happens, the program changes. Something comes up. And nothing more ridiculous than what came up yesterday could have come up. Valerie Mendoza says, good morning. Robert Allen also says good morning at 2:49. Kenny and Harlem. Eunice Dublin, Odell Guy, Manuela Peters, have a safe and blessed weekend. Ava Smith says, have a fantastic Friday. Happy birthday to my granddaughter, Takia, on her 6th birthday. Lots of love. Happy birthday, Takia.
Yeah, happy birthday, Takia.
Right. Trinman says, good morning. Good Friday morning. Margaret Thomas. Apollina says, thank God it's Friday. Robert Taylor out there in Fernandina Beach. Who will decide if he wants to give away his gifts or wait till Christmas. Debbie Modest, Carol Guevara, Marlon Motley from North Valsayn.
Good morning, Marlon.
See, I know protocol, you know. Erica Charles says, good morning, thank God for life. Manager, that's Norris Ferguson. Pamela O'Connor. Norris, I saw where, I think it's, which one of the footballers? Molino issued a report. He has been released without charges because he was just detained for questioning. He issued a release. That's one of the national footballers with that situation in Kunupi, I think, the other day. He issued a release. Boy Bidesi from Debe, good morning. Anthony Tinto, 7 degrees last night. Wow, it went back that bad, Tinto. Diane Payne, blessed morning, guys. Bernadette and Nelicia Yates. Larry Charles from wrong by QRC there.
Good morning, Larry.
Joyce Phillips, Garvin Frank, Ozzy Molino, Marcia Rock. Susie B. Susie B says, good morning, everyone. Have a safe and blessed weekend. Michael Eastman, Alistair Hart from sunny San Fernando. Good morning, guys. TTPS hopeless. I fed up type those words. Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona. Carla Hercules. Maureen Dilchan Maraj. Nice to have you back, Maureen. At least back on the chat. Suzanne Jessup says, morning from Suzanne, Suzette, Corinne, Mrs. Gemma, Maria S. and Maria H. Just now you had to do your own program with greetings, you know, Suzanne. Sankofa says, bountiful graces and happy birthday to my brother-in-law, Robert Hutton, who is 70 years old today. So happy birthday, Robert.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, that's coming from Sankofa on the Breakfast Show. Michael Robinson, good evening out there in Yokohama, Japan. Shirma Paul, blessed Friday. Black Leo, how special are we? Because some people with missing chromosome or autism are considered special, because that news yesterday was very special. Indeed it was. First beginning in the morning, the DPP gave instructions to charge cops. That's the news that came out, right? The DPP gave instructions for criminal charges against cops. That was the headline. And then a press conference was held immediately after that news came out. And it was said that, yes, that was so, but nobody has been detained as yet. So people expecting that story to go that way. By the afternoon, the story changed. And well, you know it by now. We'll talk about it. Margarita Chow, good morning, gentlemen. David McCarthy, a fabulous Friday to all. Wayne Ramsey, Maria Celia, Adana Blackman. Sounds like a new name. Julia Samantha, Mr. Flavor. How are you going, Mr. Flavor? Nicholas Link. Good morning, guys. That name also seems new. Claire Lendor Rollins. Kim Govaya. Morning, Kim. Scorpion Pepper. Hey, I say you give up on us? Nice to have you back. I didn't see you at all yesterday. Ron DeSantis Jr., the Chaguanas Military Museum. Is it still in existence? I think it is.
Wasn't they told to move? Are you sure it's still in existence, Wendell?
I don't know. I was asking. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Because remember, there was some controversy between them and the CDA.
Huh?
Yes. It was in the media for a while. I'm not so sure if they're still there. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, somebody will put it in the chat, I'm sure.
You know,
they have a lot of knowledgeable. Look, CV, look at me, Alexa, I want to do it for you. Blessed and safe weekend from Kim Govaya. Lester Cragwell says, good morning, guys. I finally give up on this country. We are now one among the countries that Donald Trump described. A lot of people used to get upset with me, Lester, but you're seeing it daily. We are now, as somebody posted, an attorney at law yesterday, we are now officially a police state. If you wasn't convinced before. The police running this place. They destroyed the last government and they'll destroy this one. Trust me. I said that to her. Cat Consulting, that's Chris Tucson says, happy Friday. Beauty Culture, good morning, guys. Trini Mill Kitchen, morning, Wendell, blessings. You're out there in Oshawa, Ontario. Is it gone down to 7 degrees? And Joyce Phillips, waiting to hear Lincoln this morning. Lincoln must be in sleep. He must be tossed and turned whole night. The only person who must be asleep must be Mrs. R.
As you mentioned, Lincoln was right on point with one of the comments that he also made previously concerning the footballers. You remember Lincoln said that the police would eventually come and find out that the men had the legal amount of marijuana and that sort of thing.
Yes, he did. He said they would have about 30 grams.
Yes. So they got arrested, names splashed all over the place, gone all over the world because and the men had the legal amount of marijuana.
Drugs.
That is typical TTPS. Sorry, yeah.
Oh. So Lincoln, he was on the ball.
They will either make you as in terms of their own or break you as in terms of you all. That's what they do. They're thinking of ways of trying to break us too.
You finished there?
Yes, Stellar Services, good morning. That's it. Those are my greetings.
Right. Frank out there in Ruka, good morning to you. Victor Sebastian, good morning. Terry Ann Peters, good morning. Good to have you coming in. Kent, up very early as always. Archbishop Ashton Clark, good to see you back in the chat today. And yesterday's birthday, so I suppose he takes a little time off. Yeah. Rina Buddha Jennings, good to have you. Colin and Kelly coming out of Carnage. Mahi is in Puerto Rico. Zena, the Powder Puff Girls, looking out for the lime a little later on. The Mr. Beeps, good day to you in PT Valley. Mr. Billy in Powder Magazine. Judith out there in Tobago. Oh my God, Tobago. There's so much thing happening in this place. Fifi out there at Addis Ababa. Captain Ron in Orlando. CJ, but I don't know where CJ is this morning. I suppose she must be back in Trinidad. So CJ, good morning to you.
CJ leading the pack in Nuremberg later. Guys, the leader,
Yeah. So she's back, I suppose. So Brenda Pinal, good morning to you. And of course, Pauline, good morning to everybody between here. All right, so let's go for that break and come back then.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box. It's the Grand Clearance Sale at Fats International Styles. Everything must go. All clothing, only $100. Sneakers, just $200. Yes, you heard right. Massive deals, unbeatable prices while stocks last. Visit Fats International Styles Arena opposite Castro's restaurant. Don't miss your chance to grab the hottest styles at crazy clearance prices. Hurry in today because once it's gone, it's gone.
St. Teresa Preschool presents their fundraising boat ride, Dancing Under the Moonlight, on Saturday, the 23rd of May, 2026. It's a collaboration of colors on board the Island Royalty. Bring your own coolers. Boarding time, 11 p.m. Sailing, 12 midnight. Music by DJ Chaotic from Sweet 100 FM. Kryptonite Sounds with Mr. Flavor of Net Radio TT. Dress code, elegantly casual. Gorgeous ladies wear blue. Handsome gentlemen wear pink. Admission, early bird tickets $200. Regular $250. No oversized cooler. For more information, call 375-6527-719-3379. Dancing Under the Moonlight aboard the Island Royalty.
Cipriani College, we're back. The box office smash Scandal in Citrus is back. We're back because you demanded it for 3 nights only. Friday the 29th and Saturday the 30th of May at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 31st at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available now at usual outlets and online. Scandal in Citrus, we are back at Cipriani College. See it again or see it for the first time. Don't miss it.
Scandal in Citrus.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
We are back. Let me just quickly add to our birthday greetings. Former Alderman of the Port of Spain Corporation, Francis Pau, and someone who has been our guest on a regular occasion, Mariano Brown. Happy birthday, Mariano. Hope you have a wonderful day. All right. Today is also Mariano's birthday. All right.
Happy birthday, Mr. Brown. Have a great one.
Yeah. Good morning to Randy Kelly, Ron DeSantis, and Prabha Ramdial. They all joined us after the news break. Headlines in today's Express Online. And I just want to read a little bit of one, right? Well, not read, but interpret a little bit of one. Alexander, this is the Minister of Homeland Security. It would take a miracle to recover Angelo. That's one of the main stories. Now, I listened to the Minister of Homeland Security last night on the news. And he is alleging, he is saying that they may have difficulty recovering that body because the body that the fire services or somebody saw floating out in the sea may have been the body, this is my interpretation, and they missed the opportunity to gather it. So that was the day after 2 days after, I think he was reported missing, right? That they saw something and they said it might have been the body, right? You all remember all that, right? That happened so long ago. But he said last night that, in other words, that may have been the body and it will be difficult recovering it now. This is the Minister of Homeland Security saying this. And I'm saying, but after that incident, won't we searching all over the place, including the dump and all kind of thing, and still searching other places? And when I heard that, I said, So, listen. Trinidad and Tobago, all warm me down a while now, but all wear me down further now. I just really feel to just leave this place and don't ever come back. Interpol red notice issued, and this is another crazy story, people. This relates to the murder of the WPC, Anushka Eversley. Apparently, one of the main suspects left Trinidad and Tobago. So an Interpol red notice has been issued for the arrest of this person. This person left Trinidad and Tobago. When? We don't know. Honor the Force. Today is proud and historic day for Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, Red Force finally won after 22 years waiting. Is it 22? Yeah, 22 years. No, 20. Is Arsenal is 22. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right? So those are some of the stories trending. Alexander, it would take a miracle to recover Angelo. The police lied. That's one of the headlines. Of course, that apparently is what Kaya Seeley is now saying. Warrant issued, Kaya accused of killing Joshua Samaru. Schoolboy hit by car after brutal beating. We were to show that video. Because that was a crazy video. Because he wasn't just hit by the car. He was beaten. He was robbed because somebody was there picking up all his money. And then he was bounced by a car. Crazy. Oh my. National footballer ex-player released after ganja seizure. Those are all stories trending in today's Express. It's going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy weekend. Watch out. Those are
Can I go ahead now? Or are you finished with your comment?
No, I'm done, Richard, because as I say, I could talk forever today.
So you are finished with your commentary? Because at that point, you're really supposed to stop talking. So are you finished? Stop talking.
I'll finish, sir.
Thank you. The Trinidad and Tobago Guardian for this morning. Shocking twist to Samaru probe. Kaya Seeley facing extradition from the U.S. after DPP orders her arrest on 3 charges, including killing her boyfriend. No charges currently pending against officers involved in deadly shooting. Griffith, police must justify charges against Kaya Seeley. Mentally drained hunters leave Tobago after failed search for little Angelo. COP upset over leaked CCTV footage in Angelo's disappearance. An Interpol red notice issued for 4th suspect in WPC murder probe. In business news, there has been a great deal, credit ratings and the NGC, there's been a great deal of commentary about Moody's withdrawal of its rating from the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago. That commentary and controversy was inevitable. NGC is not an ordinary company. It sits at the center of the country's gas economy. And there seems like a profile being done by an opinion, I guess, or an analysis being done in the business news. Understanding the standard of care across professions. OTC reveals CNT service companies in high demand. I Show Speed recapping the numbers of the Caribbean tour and Hawaii modern payment system cannot wait. And in sport news, Molino and Jones clear the air following police detention. Bassarat calls for a national award for Red Force team. And Pacers bull Red Force the historic West Indies Championship title. And so that's some of the news in business, sports, and in trending news in the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian this morning. So that's it for our news from the 2 daily newspapers this morning.
Lots of stories. Where do you start? And James Purcell morning, it looks like an adult, yes, picking up the money. But thankfully it was also an adult who came to his rescue and picked him up and moved them out of the way. So where do we go? Where are we going, Trinidad and Tobago? Where are we going?
Yeah, but that was another merciless piece of fighting that you saw outside there with these school children again.
Well, apparently the boys identified in the video were indefinitely suspended. They didn't come to school apparently yesterday.
Yeah.
And according to the news last night, they have been indefinitely suspended. And of course, I suppose some people are calling for criminal charges to be laid against them. So I suppose it will become a police matter.
It should be. I heard you were still on Beyond the Tape last night speaking about it. Because he said they didn't show up to school.
Yeah.
Morning, ASB.
Apparently the parents have been identified and informed. And so those boys are probably going to be hauled before the court system, I assume.
Yeah. Remember, we spoke about this when the other fight happened with the alderman, and we said that this clearly has morphed into out of the school fighting now. I saw Penelope Spencer posted on it yesterday. Say, what are we doing? Because the police in the schools, but where they're in the streets when these things are happening after school. We spoke about that.
Yeah, well, the police in the school has sort of reduced some of the incidents in the schools, but
well, I suppose it's incumbent on the TTPS to be in, if that's one of the at-risk schools where police are present, I don't know if it is, then it means if those kind of schools may have some of that play out onto the streets after, then it means incumbent on the police to ramp up their presence at the end of school. That's the logical solution in terms of being around, where they just be roving patrols to be around, because that's in Montrose, which is a busy part of Chabonas, and for that to be playing out, and well, there's obviously no police around, at least in the video, and obviously there was no police present. So I mean, if they're around where school children gather, because school children gather within a certain perimeter with regard to where they're heading home. So you could follow it, and police could, especially in those at-risk schools where that violence is more likely to happen. Even though these days it can happen anywhere. But, you know.
My only concern about that, and I'm sorry people if I always sound negative against the TTPS, but as I say, my experiences and experiences of people I know, and experiences you've seen for yourself now, have been so vast that I know they're hopeless. Under the current leadership, I know they're hopeless. So I'm not going to change my mind on that. My problem is that they need to find the good police officers, the police officers who are patient, and there are the police officers who can speak well, who can deal with indiscipline well, to go out there, because next thing you know, they're shooting down children. You understand? So I'm very mindful of that. I'm very mindful of how that could escalate in a situation where the wrong police officers respond to children like that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but of course the major story is that whole issue of charging Kaya Seeley, which caused, I think, among Trinidadians and Tobago, I think 95% were in consternation, confused, and some even angry, because for them, a lot of Trinidadians and Tobagonians across the board were confused by the charging of her from the video that we saw. There would have been some that would support the police, because there will always be those, I guess. And of course, the information from the video seems pretty clear to a lot of people. So they were in consternation of how the DPP came to that conclusion, because we have to assume from the information that it's the DPP that set the charge her.
Yeah.
Because we have to go down that logical premise. And it's at times like this that the old model of the DPP keeping quiet in a palace and doesn't really talk or comment needs to come to an end. That old way of DPPs operating does not fit the profile of the current information age and 2026. So Roger Gaspar, with all due respect, you need to come forward before the cameras and explain that the DPP gave those orders and on the basis of the evidence, because there is a lack of trust. If you looked at social media yesterday, there is a lack of trust and a burgeoning consternation and confusion, and for some people, anger with regard to what happened yesterday. And in terms of a society moving forward in a civilized manner and maintaining the trust in the judicial system and in the system of how charges are laid, it is incumbent upon the DPP, who's a major player in this case, because the police are saying it's the DPP that said to charge her. So it's incumbent on the DPP's office to get before media cameras today, hold a press conference and say, and clear the air and say, yes, we did, and this was the evidence. It's part of reinstalling faith in the system that you did it,
yes,
and not the police, because there is a tremendous undermining of the TTPS on this, because a lot of people feel that police officers should have been charged out of what they have seen.
Yeah,
that's the word on the ground. And if it is that the evidence, if the evidence is saying otherwise, according to what we have seen, what we saw play out yesterday, they're saying the evidence is otherwise, that Kaya was somehow shooting at the police. And so I don't know, she was telling Joshua Jock. And I don't know what the scenario is, but that's what it is.
Richard,
and I'm just saying, I'm just saying in terms of reinstalling or getting some sense of stability in the faith of the citizenry in the system, the DPP needs to come forward. That's my opinion.
Right.
The DPP needs to come forward and stand up and say, yes, I said so-and-so, the evidence was so-and-so, and we are going to court so-and-so, and let the court system decide.
Yeah. Richard, let me add to that. And I don't think anybody will not support what you just said. But let me add to that. The story came out early in the morning that the DPP ordered criminal charges against cops. That's how the story came out. Nobody refuted that story. Yeah? That was the headline, criminal charges against cops. The police commissioner, out of the blue, because he hasn't done it for a while, called a press conference. That press conference talked about certain issues. Of course, he was very hesitant in terms of the media, in terms of answering questions and so on, right? For those of us who watched it. And then later in the day, just so you hear that the charges is now against Kaya. Not just for shooting at the police officers, for murdering Joshua. Right?
Manslaughter.
For manslaughter against Joshua. So the evidence would show, I guess, that Joshua was shot in the back. Because he was driving and Kaya was in the passenger seat, right? Or the back seat, whichever one she was in. But he would have had to be shot from the back.
Is that kind of I think part of the theorizing, because all of it is not clear to citizens across Trinidad and Tobago, part of the theorizing is that she was shooting at the police. The police shot back. Joshua put out his hands. He was still shooting at the police. Hence, the police shot back and Joshua died as a result of her shooting at them. They're saying they caused his death, and therefore she is responsible for his death. I think that's part of the logic, and because that was part of the theorizing on social media yesterday. And that's why I say it's incumbent for faith in the justice system and the people who manage it as agents, whether it be the TTPS or the DPP. And that's why I say it is so important, in my opinion, for the DPP to step forward and clear the air.
But you just confuse everybody more, Richard.
That's what was on social media yesterday, Wendell.
You saying that because Kaya was, let's go down this road.
All of this is allegedly.
Right, all this is allegedly, people, that Kaya was shooting at the police. The police shoot back at whoever was shooting. Kill Joshua, but Kaya responsible for Joshua's death.
Manslaughter. Yep. She was, in other words, she because she was shooting at the police and they shoot back and they kill him. Alleged. Now, as I say, this is the theorizing on social media yesterday because I was flicking through at certain points. But when the citizens of the country, and I don't know, the government is absolutely silent in regard to this, and maybe they should be, because it's a criminal matter. But the mere idea that so many Trinidadians and Tobagonians think this is an injustice, according to social media when you're looking at it, and think this is farcical, it's going all there. And some people saying, WTF, people getting in all of those directions with regard to the TTPS. And I think, to me, it's an incident and a point it's an inflection point, in my opinion, at which it is at the point of being really, how should I put it? a major inflection point in terms of the confidence of the citizenry in TTPS. It's already low, but this is an inflection point that is taking it into another direction. That people are thinking, not only are we don't have much confidence in you, now we think that you also have a darkness. And I'm just saying, for the system to hold its integrity, because let's go down the rabbit hole that the TTPS is right. Mm-hmm. For the system to hold any sense of integrity, the DPP has to come forward. I can't see any other option.
Yeah.
Wendell, the PCA have something that they had. You want to read that also?
The PCA issued a release last night also too. Let me just quickly find it. Net Breakfast, right. The PCA issued this release last night. PCA reiterates call for body-worn cameras and ongoing investigation into fatal police shooting. The Police Complaints Authority wishes to advise that the police involved fatal shooting of Mr. Joshua Samaru and injury of Ms. Kaya Seeley remains an active investigation. Incidents of this nature highlight why the PCA has consistently advocated for the use of body-worn cameras by police officers to provide an objective record of events and help reduce discrepancies and speculation, such as in this matter. Notwithstanding the absence of body-worn camera footage, investigators are actively examining other evidence gathered during the course of the investigation to get greater clarity regarding the sequence of events.
I hear you, PCA, and I hear you, PCA, but PCA, if the investigations have been completed on that other side to the point that the DPP has laid charges, why is your investigation so slow? You understand? Is it a resource thing? Because you are an independent institution examining the evidence. At the same time, because they were on the ball at the same time that the incident happened, because there was such an uproar in the country, and not only in this country, I'm talking about an uproar around the diaspora. I'm sure it made international news in various circles and in whatever way. And there was such an uproar, and the PCA was involved from the onset. Why is that investigation done and yours isn't? Is it a resource issue? So what you have done is really said nothing in that release, in my opinion. What you've said is you felt compelled to say something because there is an uproar right now on social media with regard to what happened yesterday. So you felt compelled to say something as the PCA. But what have you said? You said something that we say here on the radio all the time.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, let me get into Did You Know? And we will be back. All right. So, stay with us, people.
Yeah.
And I saw Prince Charles look at me, and I said, "Oh boy." She said, "I want to talk to you." So I said, "Yeah, what's happening?" She said, "Are you gonna do Dirty Diana tonight?" I said, No, I took it out of the show, out of respect for you." She said, "That's my favorite song." I said, "Are you serious?" I said, "I took it out of respect because Dirty Diana, you're in the audience." So at that point, I couldn't put it back in the show because it was too close to showtime. So I remember Prince Charles leaving the line, walking over to us, and he said, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "Oh, nothing," like that. So that was that story. And there's a couple other ones, but I don't want to, say too much. She was just a wonderful, warm, compassionate person. Very caring, very caring. It was real. It wasn't publicity stuff. It was real. She really cared. I'm the same way. I feel the same way that she does about children and the future of our children and the future of the world.
that Michael movie, just to go back to Did You Know? And of course, you know, Michael Jackson had a kind of awe for celebrities. I don't know if you all know this. So he loved celebrities, even though he was one of the biggest celebrities in the world.
True.
And so he would take pictures with celebrities because he was in awe of celebrities, you know, and stuff like that. But one of the interesting things out of this Michael movie is that his album Thriller is now number 5 in the top albums on Billboard charts. And 5 of his songs are now in the top, I think in the top 20 or in the top 30. They've re-entered like Beat It, Human Nature. All of them have re-entered at least the top 30 songs on the Billboard charts. And because there is such an overwhelming kindling of appreciation for his music because of that movie, which is making loads of money. I think it's over 700 million worldwide now. That is just boosting sales of all of his albums. His music is back. It's streaming all over the place. And of course, a new generation is getting familiar with his music again because of that.
Have you gone to see it? I haven't gone yet. I wanted to see it.
We went with our own group.
Yeah,
we get up bad in the cinema. Yes, we went with our group and we sing, we get up, we dance, so we carry on. Don't be upset other people in the cinema.
The theatre crowd now. The real theatre crowd reach.
Yes, so we had a good time. We had a good time. We had a good time.
I'll probably check it out maybe this weekend.
Yeah.
All right. So Charles, are we showing that video or are we going straight into calls? Or
We can show the video.
Yeah, let's show the video.
Then we got the video for you guys here, man.
Yeah, man. So this is...
Play it one more time, Sir Charles.
Excuse the noise, people.
No. Just a quick thing. Of course, that video went on for quite a bit after, right?
Yeah.
Was there any point in time you heard anybody say she has a gun or that there's a gun in the vehicle? I didn't hear that. Was there any point in time any officer say, "Oh, she shoot at us, boy"? We had. Was there any point in time you all heard that? No. Now let's assume that they are right, that she did shoot at them. Where was she sitting? Was she in the back seat or in the front seat?
The presumption we all make is that she's in the passenger seat next to her.
Right. That's right. So she would have shot through Joshua? Is that what they're saying?
I don't know.
No. She shot at them. So there are bullets across the road and a fence then, somewhere across in the fence. The bullets that come out of the car across the road in that fence then.
Or in the drain.
Or in the drain. And they find gunshot residue on her hand. And they find a gun in the car.
And all this is why Richard is asking.
Raises other questions, and of course we can only discuss this because we're before the court system yet. But
right.
but because you know it's before the court system. But the issue of her. The issue of her.
Come on, let's leave Richard alone now. Why they all knock him out in front of Richard Wall this hour the morning?
Yeah. But time is.
You expecting somebody in front of us?
I don't know. No, I just find it, Anyway, because there was an exchange of gun. Let's assume the police are right, and there was an exchange of gunfire. Then it means that Kayasili would have had a gun.
Mm-hmm.
There's a gun in the car, and she would have shot at the police. Hence, whatever responsibility they are attributing to her for the death of Joshua Samaru.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they charge her?
Right away.
Yeah, why went it to DPP?
Yeah.
If it was clear.
If that was clear. Why 4 months later?
And even if it just goes back to the same Romney situation also. When that information came out, we found out that that information was told to us. So why is it that all of this is happening and it is such a big secret? Even when I looked at the police press conference yesterday, you get a feeling, a sense of, the police commissioner knew what was going on, but somehow at that particular point in time, he was, I don't know, it want of a better word, probably kind of cheeky with the information as to how he was putting it out there at that point in time.
Let me quickly respond to Kim Govaya. Kim Govaya, you are saying there's another close-up video showing the bullet coming out the car. So where is the bullets? So there are bullets out of the car that came from in the car somewhere. There's a gun in the car. There's gunshot residue on car. Is that what you're saying?
But where is that video? And which comes to me, Wendell, why wasn't it clear? This is another thing that adds to the confusion of this whole issue. Why wasn't it clear when the DPP said to lay charges that the DPP said lay charges against Kayasi?
Yeah.
And when the police commissioner had his press conference and saying that the commissioner said the DPP said to lay charges, why didn't he say simply at that point?
Yes.
Why does it come? What is all of this subterfuge about?
And that is why I say there's a kind of cheekiness
that there is a confidence issue in the TTPS, and so the more transparent you are, the better. Why would you hide that fact and play on the DPP's assertion that XY should be charged? People should be charged. There should be charges laid. Let me just say it blanket. Why wouldn't you just clear on it? When people were saying, because there were reporters that asked, have any police officers been charged or detained? Are they still on duty? People ask those questions.
Yes.
And he could have said that at that point.
No. Actually, it's not police officers at all that will be charged.
That's what he should have said.
Yes.
Because he said up to now nobody has been detained. And people are asking, well, if you got instruction from the DPP since yesterday, why nobody ain't been detained as yet?
Come on. Who are the adults in the damn room?
Yeah. So
just say what it is.
I kind of wait.
Yeah, if that's what your position is, and that's what the DPP said, be transparent about it from the start.
Yeah. All right, folks, this is our poll, right? When we come back, trust me, you'll get a call, Lincoln, everybody will get a call, right? When we come back. We have no guest today. You are the guest on today, but we're gonna be dealing with
we have Raj coming in today.
Oh, we have Raj. What time?
Around 7:30.
Oh.
But we can incorporate Raj and everything into the conversation there.
Oh, all right. Do you support the DPP's decision to lay charges against Kayasili for the death of Joshua Samaru? Yes or no? 1 is yes, 2 is no. All right? Do you support the DPP's decision? Yes or no? All right?
Okay, so we're going for the news at 7 o'clock this morning, and when we come back, we will tell you how you are voting, right? So, news is straight ahead.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio, and Gael Caribbean TV. I'm Derek McMillan. Thank you so much for joining us. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service says warrants have been issued for the arrest of Kaya Seeley in connection with the January 20th police-involved shooting in St. Augustine that left Joshua Samaru dead. Police say Seeley is wanted on 3 counts of shooting with intent to cause grievous bodily harm against police officers, along with a manslaughter charge linked to Samaru's death and several other offenses. The TTPS says the warrants were obtained following legal advice from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions after a comprehensive investigation into the incident. However, the warrants have not yet been executed. The shooting sparked national outrage after video footage appeared to show Samaru with his hands outside the vehicle before police opened fire following a chase. Samaru died, while Seeley survived, but was left partially paralyzed. Police investigating the disappearance of 2-year-old Angelo Tobias Plaza say they have obtained CCTV footage they believe could help track the movements of a suspect in the case. Investigators say the footage, taken from a home in Goodwood, shows a vehicle believed to have been used around the time the child vanished, 11 days ago. The probe intensified over the weekend after one of 7 detainees allegedly confessed to strangling Angelo and throwing his body into the sea near Goodwood Bay. Search teams have since focused operations along Tobago's coastline and nearby waters, but the child has still not been found. Police say the investigation remains active and sensitive, with multiple agencies involved. Meanwhile, residents of Goodwood continue to hold prayer vigils as the community waits for answers. 3 students are facing extended suspension pending investigations into a violent fight near a secondary school in Chaguanas that was captured on video and circulated on social media. Police say the incident happened on Wednesday afternoon and involved students from 2 central secondary schools. One student was allegedly seen kicking a 14-year-old boy in the head while he was on the ground. The injured student was taken for medical treatment at the Chaguanas Medical Facility before being transferred to the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex, where he was treated and discharged. Investigators say the altercation may have started over exchanges on social media. The TTPS is urging students and parents to use social media responsibly and resolve disputes peacefully. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles is accusing the government of misleading the public over the state of the economy, despite positive comments from the International Monetary Fund. In a Facebook post, Beckles said IMF data showed Trinidad and Tobago facing worsening foreign exchange shortages, shrinking import cover, and growing economic uncertainty. She argued the country's foreign reserves have fallen sharply and warned of possible pressure on the TT dollar. Beckles also criticized Finance Minister Dave Tenku, claiming he was out of touch with the economic realities facing citizens. Her comments came days after Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesar said the IMF's latest assessment showed the country was moving in the right direction after years of economic decline. Trinidad and Tobago is among 12 countries supporting a joint statement expressing concern over ongoing protests and road blockades in Bolivia. The declaration, issued under the Shield of the Americas initiative, warned against actions aimed at destabilizing Bolivia's democratically elected government and called on protesters to remain peaceful and respect democratic institutions. The coalition, which includes the United States, Argentina, Chile, Guyana, and Trinidad and Tobago, said governments have a legitimate responsibility to maintain public order within the law. The statement comes amid continuing unrest in Bolivia, where protests and blockades have disrupted transportation and the delivery of fuel and medical supplies. The member countries also pledged support for regional democracy, security, and economic stability. Finally, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says Cuba poses a national security threat to the United States and warned chances of a peaceful agreement are not high. His comments came a day after the U.S. charged former Cuban President Raul Castro over the 1996 downing of 2 planes that killed U.S. nationals. Rubio said Washington still preferred diplomacy, but claimed Cuba remains a sponsor of terrorism in the region. Cuba's Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez Parilla rejected the accusations, accusing the U.S. of spreading lies and trying to provoke military aggression. The tensions come as Cuba faces worsening fuel shortages, blackouts, and economic pressure under the Trump administration. And that is Net Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. Net Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Vibes, fresh energy. This is the Net Radio Breakfast Show.
You mean to tell me, say, you never do him nothing, and him just fat up your eyes up?
It's true. He make me eye black and blue, then ask what the hell the police can do.
No mind ya, my dear. I go and pay him a visit. Who that? Police, boy blue. Oh, so you is the Babylon books that is causing disruption in my domestic affairs. I am Constable Brown, them call me Boy Blue. I have here a warrant to arrest you, cause you beat up your girl till she black and blue. Then ask what the hell the police can do. I come to show what police can do. I'm going to show what police can do. I have a battle tough like wax stone. I'm going to introduce it to your jawbone. Box out your teeth till you moan and groan. Make your ears them ring like government phone. Rock up your nose up, they find your looks, cause they shouldn't call me Babylon books. I come to show what police can do. I'm going to show what police can do. A long time I noticed some of you man. It seems like you love to beat up woman, cause every little thing on the raise on your hand. Like this on the bring them on this land. Well we the police on the call Babylon. They have to give them protection. Roses are red, violets are blue. Stay dumble bright but not bright like you, cause you beat up the girl till she black and blue. Then ask what the hell the police can do. I come to show what police can do. I go and show what police can do. I go and make you feel some Babylon lick, Babylon box and Babylon kick. Show me button down, deny your palm, make you learn fit. Have respect for the law, fracture your shin, broke your knee up. Then you will know say me nasty enough. Call and pull you like a old cook, cause they shouldn't call me Babylon books. I am Constable Brown, them call me Boy Blue. I know you will know what one books can do. I come to show what police can do. I go and show what police can do. Almost every woman who walk this land have a books or two. It's part of the plan. Some drive bus, some drive a minivan. Some are politicians, some are Babylon. And when them want run rocket by you, there's nothing in the world that you can do. Cause if you follow them, it's trouble for you. Cause there is a lot the police can do. I come to show what police can do. I'm going to show what police can do. I'm going to make you swallow all of your teeth. You live pan soup, can't eat no meat. And then I'm going to carry you down a station. Let me friend them get peace at the action. I did come for reason with you, cause I know what woman can do. I am a man of the world like you. My woman could give me bun too. I was going to let you offer the hook, but you come and call me Babylon book. I going to show what police can do. I going to show what police can do. A long time I notice some of you man. It seems like we love to beat up woman, cause every little thing on no raise on no hand. Like you do who no bring them pan the land. Well we the police who no call Babylon. Now come here to give them protection. Roses are red and violets are blue. Stadium full bright but not bright like you. You beat up the girl till she black and blue. Then ask what the hell the police can do. I come to show what police can do. I go and show what police can do. Max you till you dizzy and your eye them cast. Let me gun butt and broke off your ass. Make your eye them feel up me fist. Then I go and squeeze your balls till you kiss. Roses are red and violets are blue. Ram goes rank but no rank like you. You beat up your girl till she black and blue. Then ask what the hell the police can do. I going to show what police can do. I go and show what police can do. Me a ragamuffin, you a Rambo. Well I go and kick you in your bumbo. And when I done beat and broke up your clot, I go and kick your ass till you fart. And then I go and lock your backside a jail. No matter how you beg, you not get no bail. Roses are red and you black and blue. Cause now you know what police can do. That's what the hell the police can do. You can tell what police can do. Ha 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 ha.
Mornings just got better. You're locked into Net Radio Breakfast Show. Fueling your day with the best music and ringtone.
Yeah, you get the best music. That's a perfect song for a Friday, you know. I mean, it's a serious situation, you know, but it has some real funny parts in between there too, yeah? Hey everybody, welcome inside the second hour of the Breakfast Show. And of course, yes, you are listening to New Era TT Radio, Net Radio it is, the heartbeat of the Caribbean. And of course, we are taking you above and beyond. So glad to be in your company. I want to say a very special good morning to all of the Anthem crew, those people that came in very early this morning. Yeah, I know. And if I forgot anybody, Mr. Augustine, good morning to you. Thank you very much for being here. And of course, everybody has been coming in along the way. Thanks so much for making us your choice. The Breakfast Show is on Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. Yeah. And of course, Wendell Stephen, Richard Ragobar Singh, and of course, yours truly, Sir Charles. We keep your company, yeah. Also, let me say good morning to the folks on Gael Caribbean TV. Yeah, good morning to Gael people. Thank you very much for being here. Now, people, when we come off of the TV feed at around 9 o'clock this morning, and also our YouTube and Facebook social media platforms, guess what? You can just come across to netradiott.com. That's netradiott.com. So you can listen to us all day and every day, all over the weekend. Yeah, we got a whole lot of good stuff for you here on the net. Also, on your smart devices, on your listening platforms, all you have to do is put in the command Net Radio Trinidad, and that way you get us on TuneIn, Simple Radio, Radio Box, Radio Garden. I mean, all your streaming platforms. Yes, we are global on all of those platforms, right? Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and support all of our social media pages. So whether you are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, we want you to follow those pages, subscribe to those pages so you get notifications when things are happening. But especially right now, I want you to hit that TikTok, check out that TikTok page and follow the TikTok page for me, please, because we need to get those numbers up. Because I want to go live on TikTok soon. All right, so put your stamp on that TikTok page for me, please. All right, so our morning poll, we're asking you the question, do you support the DPP's decision to lay charges against Kaya Sealy for the death of Joshua Samaru? All right, so that's a whole turn of events that we are looking at. So, if you support, you're voting 1, which means yes, and 2, if you're voting no. It's as simple as that. And when we come back, we We will tell you how you voted, and of course we will also take a couple of your calls on the poll. And later on inside of this hour, we also hanging out with Dr. Raj Ramnanan. So plenty of things are happening on the other side of the break. So stay with us here on the net.
Cipriani College, we are back. The box office smash Scandal in Citrus is back. We are back because you demanded it for 3 nights only. Friday the 29th and Saturday the 30th of May at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 31st at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available now at usual outlets and online. Scandal in Citrus, we are back at Cipriani College. See it again or see it for the first time. Don't miss it.
Scandal in Citrus.
St. Teresa Preschool presents their fundraising boat ride, Dancing Under the Moonlight, on Saturday, the 23rd of May, 2026. It's a collaboration of colors on board the Island Royalty. Bring your own coolers. Boarding time, 11 p.m. Sailing, 12 midnight. Music by DJ Chaotic from Sweet 100 FM. Kryptonite Sounds with Mr. Flavor of Net Radio TT. Dress code, elegantly casual. Gorgeous ladies wear blue. Handsome gentlemen wear pink. Admission, early bird tickets $200, regular $250. No oversized cooler. For more information, call 375-6527-719-3379. Dancing Under the Moonlight aboard the Island Royalty.
Are you taking care of your sexual health and overall well-being? At Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, we believe your confidence, wellness, and intimacy matter. Visit us at our convenient locations: 10 Carmody Street, St. Augustine, Edinburgh, Chaguanas, Shops of Daybay, 95 Circular Road, Vistabella, Docks Ranch Light Pole 51, SS Aaron Road, Pinal, and Metro Hotel, Suite 1, Number 2 Knoll Street North, Couva. From relaxing massage services to professional guidance on sexual wellness, we are here to support you every step of the way. Consult with renowned sexologist Dr. Raj Ramnanan for expert advice tailored to your needs. Take the first step toward a healthier, more confident you. Call 285-9739 or 645-4543 to book your appointment today. Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, where wellness meets confidence.
It's the Grand Clearance Sale at Fats International Styles. Everything must go. All clothing, only $100. Sneakers, just $200. Yes, you heard right. Massive deals, unbeatable prices while stocks last. Visit Fats International Styles Arima opposite Castro's restaurant. Don't miss your chance to grab the hottest styles at crazy clearance prices. Hurry in today because once it's gone, it's gone.
Two Fat Fellas celebrates its final performance in San Fernando, Naparima Bowl.
One night, one show, Saturday, May 30th, night of the holiday.
Two Fat Fellas stars, Cecilia, Kenny, Kevon, Zachary, Raisha, and Rody.
The ridiculously funny comedy is at Naparima Bowl for one final night.
Tickets available at Dormont Shoe Store along Circular Mall, Anthony's Floral Val Park, K-Square Stores, Eastgate Mall, Brentwood Plaza, C3 Center, Athletes by the Park, Southern Food Basket, Coffee Street, and Point Fortin. Naparima Bowl box office opens on Thursday, the 28th of May. Also online at islandtickets.com. For more info, text or call 683-0356 or 683-4843.
Check out our early bird special online at Island E-Tickets. Two Fat Fellas.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Join me, Brother David Muhammad, every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio, Powerful Radio. Radio. Join me to hear knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Okay, so we are back. It's good to be back with you here on the net. Wendell, you had your coffee?
Yeah, I actually had my coffee before the program even started today, yes.
Yeah, because I know you got a little stabilizer, you know.
Yeah, I tossed and turned today, so I was up pretty early. I was up early enough to get up and go and make coffee.
All right, okay, no problem. That is really fantastic.
I think those, Charles, some of the comments on the chat worth reading.
But go ahead, and that's what I said. We do so we can we'll do comments, and we'll do the phone lines in between here, so people all could call, and then we'll give the results after.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure. Of course, our poll is do you support the DPP's decision to lay charges against Kyle Seeley for the death of Joshua Samari? 1 is yes, we forgot that today, and 2 is no. All right? 1 is yes, 2 is no. Carlisle Cupid said the delay gave the officers some time to fabricate a narrative which can give them an opportunity to be exonerated from what was clearly a horrendous murder caught on camera. Rena Jennings says if she shot at them, why didn't they look for the gun when they removed them from the car? I thought the same too. Colted Finch, why does this commissioner of police sound so arrogant? Scorpion Pepper, we thought about that too. Is it possible that the DPP gave one instruction and the TTPS did something else? I'm seeing some people actually commenting saying that.
I don't know if they could do that.
I mean, I don't know if they could do that. You just play Babylon Boops, eh?
No, I mean, as far as when something goes to the DPP and the DPP is assessing the evidence that comes before him and gives an instruction, I don't know they can come back and give a different instruction.
Well,
what is a concerning to me is what is the information that's been presented to the DPP?
Yeah. If the young lady shot at the police, did you at any point in time in that video see the police duck or take cover or anything, so?
No. Them 3 fellas was pelting bullet.
Yeah. They didn't duck or take cover at any point in time, Ms. Govaya. I don't know if you noticed that video.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting about it, but I don't know if the decision came, and this is from the DPP's point of view, right? What the police would have presented to him if they may have said that we were being shot at within that chase, and these people what people are seeing at the end is a different thing, because that is the story.
Yes, I heard that part too.
Yeah, but I think even if somebody was shooting at you in that pursuit, the end result is what people are looking at. If somebody is shooting at you and you catch them, you should not be executing them.
Yeah.
You ought to take them, bring them before the courts, and let the courts decide what is going on. And I think that is a part of the thing that the DPP needs to come and give us a little clarity as to what's going on.
Yeah. Sankofa said the police head and the DPP must step down immediately. I feel angry as a citizen. Of course, other people are voting. Rena said, I didn't know it was the DPP who gave such advice. Well, that's what they're reporting.
That's what we got.
Dean Allen says the poll should the police commissioner resign. Dean, that was our original poll. That was our original poll, but because we'll get time to ask that again.
Yeah, because there are plenty other things could come out of this situation. I'll have Paul all next week on this.
Yeah. This story is not going to go away. This story, the story of the missing guns and the murdered police officer, and the story of the missing child, they're not going to go away in a hurry, because they're not going to have a proper result. They're not going to have a result in a hurry. You understand? Diana Hamill said, respectfully, the office of the DPP has considered matters contained in a file of which we are ignorant. This is our constitution at work. We must await all of the evidence. Well, I mean, who do we get it from, Diana? That's what Richard said.
That's what we're saying, you know. Why it is in other spaces and places that people get information around it. And if I remember, and that's why I go back to the Romney situation. We got information as to what actually transpired in that situation. You know, we knew that we were going on the assumption that the man had shot at the police and that sort of thing. And then the evidence that came out, and it was told to the media and the public that the man was shot from behind.
Kim is saying again, why drive away from Quietarima? Well, it was reported it was from QF or something, or Tunapuna, somebody, right? Was that one? No, was that the one? Yeah, I think that's where it reported. Stop looking at what is perceived from part of a video. Kim go via. I don't know if you're looking at the same video we're looking at, but the video we're looking at is a young man with his hands out of the car and police shooting up the car. We're not seeing the evidence of them being shot at. I don't know. So you carrying on a narrative that some people have done on social media, and they're still asking it. So why they run from the police? I can't spend no more time on that. Sorry, Kim. I can't help you with that one. Right? All the best. Yeah. Who else?
We are taking your calls, 281.
We can take your calls in between, right?
299-5156. We have a couple of minutes to take your calls on the poll situation there. That's what we did with your calls have to deal with the poll, so you can get in on the show, But it's just a kind of maddening kind of situation taking place, and to know that when the original press conference was held, that you got the impression, from what we were thinking, at least some police officer, if not all of them, would have been charged with this whole situation. And seeing the whole thing, there's a flip. There's a big flip. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Gomati.
Oh God, this TTPS and this commissioner of police have this country looking like a real joke. What the hell is going on with these people? This situation brought me back to the Rich Plain killing of when a police officer they were chasing a young man from Rich Plain. He ran through all the areas where he knew. A police officer was shot and killed. Thank God for forensic that cleared that young man, because when the forensic came back, it was a police bullet. How could somebody be running from the police and shoot a man in the back of his head? Right? 2 officers now are charged for that policeman killing. This thing is unbelievable. Nah, man. Come on, Commissioner of Police, please. Step down. You're making this thing look like, I don't know, it's ridiculous. So I am saying we have to wait for because up to now we haven't heard from forensic what bullet killed, if it was a TTPS bullet or another bullet that killed Joshua Samaru. What do you say?
No, you talk. We're not talking.
No, I am saying we have not heard, we have not seen where forensic did, just like with the young man in Rich Plain, is their report that vindicated that young man from facing a murder charge of a police officer.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah,
that is absolutely true. Yeah. Andre said, you ever heard of a police shooting before where the police found a gun and didn't immediately say in their defense the suspects had a gun or shot at them? That is absolutely true also. That didn't come out in the initial stages of this thing. They said they actually said they were shot at, but the video evidence showed otherwise.
Yeah.
But they never said that they found a gun in the car. And that video, as I said, that we showed you just now, that's actually a more than 5-minute video, you know. We only show you that video showed you all the police officers coming after, looking in the car, peeping in the car, going around the car. That video showed you all of that. And at no point in time, and that video had audio in it. You know?
Yeah. Paula, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Lincoln.
To spring off of what Wendell just said, proper policing. You see it in any movie you see in the world, any movie. Once the person who allegedly shooting at police is down, and they are still within the same proximity of the firearm, the first thing they just do is secure the firearm away from the person. Not so?
Yes.
They see them kick the gun away from the individual.
Mm-hmm. Or take it up with a glove or something, so they don't.
If the perpetrators are in a vehicle, they are down. You're not sure if they're dead, and they were allegedly shooting at you. I would imagine proper policing to secure yourself and your comrades. The first thing they would have done is get that weapon out of that vehicle, away from the two individuals, to make sure that they are safe. Nowhere in that video we saw police securing the weapon away from the assailants, if you want to call them that.
Yeah.
That would have been the first thing that police would have done. And as one of your texters said, that would have been on brand. We all familiar with beyond the tape. In any shootout, the first thing that like to put on the program, look the gun they had. Everybody's saying there was a shooter that in the sense, look the gun that we familiar with that in Trinidad and Tobago. Mm-hmm. Nothing like that was ever done all of a sudden. No, with all these shots, there's a close-up video that we saw that police shooting the bullets coming from the police and hitting the car by Joshua Shamru's direction. You are telling me none of them bullets killed Joshua Shamru? Is a bullet that Kaya had? Is that the shot that Kaya had that she she mind just strip off and decided to shoot your boyfriend? That's what you want Trinidad and Tobago to believe. This commissioner should be asked to resign and made to resign.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Thanks very much, Lincoln. I think Richard was explaining that situation.
Yeah, Richard kind of gave a synopsis.
Yeah, because you were shooting at us, caused us to shoot at you, and the guy would have gotten killed. So you are ultimately responsible because you had to shoot first. You know, that sort of thing. But when the poll results, before we get into our guests.
Yeah, our poll results are up, people. Do you support the DPP's decision to lay charges against Kaya Sealy for the death of Joshua Samaru? 3% of you said yes, you do support it. 97% said no. 97% do not support the laying of charges. All right? So
that's the morning poll.
That's our morning poll.
Yeah.
You know? By Monday, trust me, you're going to hear so many different things on this story. Maybe the DPP will speak. Maybe forensics may issue a report. Something is going to come out. Trust me, it's Trinidad and Tobago. Nothing stays quiet forever.
All right, well, let's get into our Let's Talk segment.
Yeah.
Well, you well dressed up today, boy.
He's always well dressed, you know.
I don't think is he here?
Morning.
Morning, morning, Dr. Raj. How are you?
I'm not hearing anything.
That's what I was saying. I figure you're not hearing us.
Okay. I don't know why, because we are hearing you. Yeah.
We hearing you.
Why am I not hearing?
We are hearing you perfect.
He might have to log out and log back in, Sir Charles.
Yeah.
Message him or call him there and tell him. Maybe he has not allowed something on his device.
Am I not hearing?
Yeah.
I think he's now gonna call you or try to get you.
Yeah. Wendell, while we sort it out, we'll take a couple calls there, right?
Yeah. Because we did plan a nice light day for you all and a deal with Dr. Raj, but so many things happened in such a short space of time that it's a kind of depressing kind of day. But we're gonna hope Dr. Raj is gonna change that and make you all able to perform, because I know a lot of them might have performance issues after all the bad news. But Dr. Raj is gonna fix that for you all this morning, all right? So Charles, here you go.
Yeah. Caller, good morning. Go ahead. Caller?
Caller?
I'm trying to engage the caller for you. Yeah, in the meantime, well, okay, let's start. Right, caller is here now. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you guys doing? Happy Friday. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you. Hi.
Yes. Listen, this police thing upset me since yesterday. I'm not feeling too well, but it even made me feel worse.
Captain Ron, you're breaking up.
Okay.
You hearing us? We are breaking up a bit.
Yeah.
Like in the air or what? Captain Ron?
Hello, Captain Ron?
Yeah, we're not hearing him. He has lost connection, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the internet. It's probably everything. I mean, now I'm trying to do all these things between, right?
Good morning.
Caller, good morning.
Morning, gentlemen.
Right.
Morning, right. We got you back.
I think we hear you now.
I'm driving to the doctor. I'm not feeling too well. But listening to what's going on with the PTPS, they're making me feel worse now. Because Wendell, they're actually making it easy for the evidence of everything that you have say about them. They're providing evidence that they are what you say they are.
Oh, plus? Yeah.
First of all, they don't provide a gun. They didn't check the woman's hands for gunpowder. Nothing like that. And the funniest thing a friend pointed out to me, a police officer friend of mine said, who saw it. He said, they did all the shooting and killing, and then after said, don't move. When the first command should be, don't move.
Yeah. Interesting there, Captain.
So,
you're right.
Yeah. And what he said, and this is a police officer told me this, huh? I am not a police officer. He told me that. He said the first command should be, don't move. And then if they move and they produce the gun in their hand, and looking to shoot at you, you have to defend yourself. But these police officers in Trinidad, and the onus is on the GPP now to prove that this lady is guilty, which she's not. And I doubt they're going to find a jury in Trinidad and Tobago to bring her guilty. And went down to that lady who said, why are they running? Let me tell you, miss. Running, if you run from the police, whether or not you're wrong or guilty, as long as you stop after and put your hands up, they don't have the right to execute you.
Exactly.
So it doesn't make sense.
That is all right.
All right, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Take it easy, and hope all is well.
Yeah, and hope all works out well for you. Just take it easy, Not running at the same pace anymore.
No, at all.
Right. Dr. Raj, are you hearing us now?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Right.
Good morning to you, Charles.
Good morning, Raj. Good to see you. Long time no see.
Yeah, man. Wendell, we haven't seen each other for a long time.
Last time I think we saw one another was on a flight.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Same here. My whole crew.
Yes.
Raj,
see if you can save some of these guys. See if you can save some of these guys and moment today, Raj.
I would love to do that, but a lot of people have this apprehension about saving themselves.
They like to take matters into their own hands too much. That's the problem. Oh gosh, it's so difficult. It's so difficult sometimes, Doctor Raj, to deal with these issues after all the other issues that's going on in Trinidad and Tobago.
All the other issues contribute to the issue, because stress is a major factor. Not getting enough rest is a factor. There's so many factors that affects the human being that sometimes you see something that is disturbing to you, and what that does to you is that you don't realize it's going on in the back of your mind, and it affects you.
Right. Yeah.
So there are many factors that affects an individual, especially as we get down in age. So these are the things that we have to look at. These are some of the things that we have to understand about ourselves, and sometimes we have to just put things aside. There was a time I never used to listen to the news because I thought it was so depressing. All you're hearing is about all these negative things.
Yeah.
And I prefer in the morning pick up a newspaper and scan the newspaper and choose what I want to read.
Yes.
Wendell is at that stage right now.
Yeah, I have been at that stage for a little while now. I only take an interest in the news because of the show. I don't want to read it otherwise.
Correct. Because you have to keep informed. It's the same thing with me. I try to keep informed, but I try to. There's so many negativities, and I understand the role of the media. I understand what people have to do, but I also am disappointed with social media. What is happening on social media? People just want to get likes and they want to just be relevant when they're not. And they put out so much false information about everything. Everything you think about on this God-given earth, they put false information out there they try to be relevant. And that is something that is very disturbing to me.
Yeah. So how do we help some of these people with some of the issues that they may have? What are some of the main issues you face, Raj, coming into your shop there?
Every single day in my clinics, I face the issue of men unable to perform one way or the other. They have erectile dysfunction, they have premature ejaculation, they have all these things, and they're looking for a quick fix. Everyone wants a quick fix, but they don't realize that something like this takes years to happen. As you age, it's a process. So most men will go through this process and they'll end up with a sexual dysfunction. But they want a quick fix. They want something to happen instantaneously. They want us to fix it today. But it's impossible because you have to get to the root cause and try to fix it from the root cause. And this is where it takes time. If you look at some of the legitimate videos, you'll see guys talking about the process by which an individual go through, men and women go through to reach this position where they have a sexual dysfunction. Whatever it may be. Now, some persons will tell you, well, I have problems at home, but I don't have it on the outside. That's more psychological than physical. It's the body compensated. The same thing with some women. They'll tell you they're unable to achieve the things that they used to achieve when they were younger. Again, how do you reconstruct yourself? How do you recondition your mind? How do you recondition your body? So that's where the guidance come in. It's not always a pill because there's no magic pill to fix everything. So sometimes you have to make a concerted effort to, first of all, go to a professional and find out exactly what's happening with me. And then you decide, okay, let's see how we can go through this step by step. If you want a quick fix, it's not going to happen.
So at what ages you get people coming in who would be encountering these problems?
Wendell, it's amazing. In Trinidad and Tobago, because of our lifestyle, because of the way the things we do and whatnot, we have a lot of young persons coming in with erectile dysfunction and sexual dysfunction. I'm talking about guys in their teens. And one of the problems I'm seeing is a lot of pharmacists will tell me there are young guys coming to the pharmacy and asking for the blue pill. They're asking for something to boost themselves. Now, if you recall, when we were younger, we wouldn't need things like that, right? I don't know why they think that they need those things. Maybe it's the influence of pornography. Sometimes it could be a psychological thing where they think that they have to perform like as to what they're seeing in pornography, or maybe something that they've heard. Sometimes it might be performance anxiety, but they don't want to go through the process to say, hey, what? I just need to be calm. I just need to take things naturally, and I am going to perform. They want something to embellish the way they're doing it. And this is where the problem comes in. So if you start taking things at a young age to perform. You're going to have problems as you age. If you're looking at pornography to get excited, it's going to psychologically affect you. And what happens is that you will need something like that. And the thing with pornography, you need more and more and more every single day.
Yeah. Yeah. There are
So
people addicted.
It's a lot of psychological and physical things that you have to look at.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've heard that theory about young people using all these enhancements now, and I mean, it's mind-boggling.
It's really crazy when you think about it. A young man developing naturally, supposed to be able to perform naturally until the age about 39 years of age, because that's when your hormone starts to deplete. That's when your body starts to change. You're no longer producing growth hormones, those things, that's when it starts to affect you. But when I see 18-year-old and 22-year-old and 25-year-old coming to me with erectile dysfunction, sexual dysfunction, well, premature ejaculation is something different. Mm-hmm. If you teach yourself to ejaculate quickly, you're going to ejaculate quickly. So most guys with masturbation, that's what they teach themselves. Women, on the other hand, is the reverse. They want the prolonged pleasure. They want to be able to enjoy this. And, their natural thing is 20 minutes. Most guys, they're minute men. So within 2 to 5 minutes, they ejaculate. They can't satisfy a woman. So that's where the problem comes in. There's a disparity with the timing.
Yeah. What about women? How do you get women coming in, and what are some of the issues that they
I
face?
do get women coming in, and one of the issues that I find with women is that they have a like what I just say, a mismatch with their partner. Their partner is only concerned about themselves and not concerned about the pleasure of the woman. Some women have issues with perimenopausal symptoms, menopause, changes in their body, being overweight, things like that will affect them. And those are the things that women are more conscious of their body and what's happening to them. But because of maybe what they were conditioned to think when they were younger, you find that a lot of women, now that they're in a relationship, now that they have realized that it's not what they were taught, that they can have a freedom sexually, they have an issue because it's a clash between what they were taught and what is happening to them naturally.
Yeah. But, a lot of men subscribe to the dictum, come when I come or come when I come back.
Correct. A lot of men have that in their mind, and they think that is the best thing, but it's not the best thing for a relationship. Now, I always say, and this is something I've been preaching for years, sex is the cement that binds a relationship together. It's not the most important thing, but without good sexual intercourse and relationship, you're going to have difficulties in your relationship.
Yeah.
Dr. Raj, I have someone was asking about menopause because it's creating a problem in the relationship. And I suppose, there are withdrawal symptoms and all different kinds of things that go on in between there. And this is from a male perspective as to how he is having to adjust, and it's kind of frustrating having to deal with the person going through menopause. What would you advise, well, in this case, males, how they are to treat with this situation?
Like everything else, Charles, you have to understand what the person is going through. So education is very important. Educate yourself, get information, read up. Don't just go to someone who's talking on YouTube or talking on TikTok. You do your own research and try to find out. Speak to a professional about it. Understand that this process is not an overnight process. It takes years in some women. Some women will go through menopause for 5 years, and you have to understand that. You have to understand the hot flashes. You have to understand that they don't want to be excited sexually. Their mind is not being sexually aroused. They have dryness of the vagina, the irritability. All these things comes in. So if a woman is irritated, she's not going to want to make love. So all these little factors are the things that you have to educate yourself about and understand what your partner is going through. Now, there are things that you can do with your partner that will help you in your situation, but that takes a conversation. If you're expecting that we are married, so you owe me this, it's your duty to do this, you're going to have a problem because the person's mind and body is not into what they're supposed to be doing. So they may be doing you a favor, and after a while you're going to come to realize that, hey, this person is just doing me a favor. There's no love involved. There's no caressing. There's nothing, no romance. It's just a sexual act and it's a physical act and it's doing nothing for me. So eventually now you're going to be turned off. We have an on and off switch, you know. And as you age, that on and off switch is much difficult to come on as opposed to going off.
Right. Yeah. On a situation like this, when we have somebody like yourself inside, we like to open the lines for people to call if they have any issues or questions or they would like to ask Dr. Raj. Remember, you can call us at 281-1315 and 299-5156 because program is here to assist you guys, you know, if you're having problems. Dr. Raj, is sex an addiction just like alcohol or anything?
I was not going to ask that. I was not going to ask that. Do we have a large amount of people who are actually addicted to sex?
Yes, I wouldn't say a large amount because percentage-wise, I will tell you about 10% of my patients, they have sexual addiction, porn addiction, and sexual addiction. There's a difference. Right. Porn addiction is that you're looking at porn all the time. Mm-hmm. Whether you're at work, in the bathroom, whatever you're doing, you want to see porn. That's porn addiction. Sex addiction is you want that gratification, that sexual gratification. You need it a lot more than the average Joe. And yes, you do have women who have sexual addiction and men who have sexual addiction. So there's a mix-up between porn addiction and sexual addiction. It's two different things that you're looking at. Because with porn addiction, you can satisfy yourself with masturbation. With sexual addiction, you need the physical touch of the opposite sex or the same sex. You need to engage in something that is sexual. So that's the difference with porn addiction and sexual addiction. And yes, there's a large percentage of individuals who are addicted to sex and who are addicted to porn.
How can you help?
You know, Raj, good morning, by the way.
Go ahead, Richard.
Hey, morning, Richard. How are you? First, before I go on, a mutual friend of ours, Dr. Nicholas Marad, said to tell you hello.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's been a guest on this program a couple of times, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I wanted to tackle, Dr. Raj, the issue of low testosterone, and is it a problem for all men over a certain age, or some men don't have that problem, and should all men look at treatment for low testosterone?
Richard, that's the most perfect question. We have an issue with men with low testosterone throughout the world. 70% of the men throughout the world has low testosterone, but we don't pay attention to it. And this is something I like to preach this, and I've been preaching it for 21 years, as you know, on Power 102. Now I'm doing it on social media and otherwise. The issue of low testosterone starts as you age, especially as you get closer to 40 years of age. A lot of men have low testosterone, but when they go to a doctor, I'm not disparaging any doctor, but I'm telling you, I have a lot of doctors who are patients. When you see it within the range, there is a formula that you have to work out to realize if that person has low testosterone within the range or average testosterone or good enough testosterone. So in Trinidad and Tobago, what I've found is that a lot of young men have low testosterone. So they need to do what you call HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Now you'll see a lot of things advertised on television, social media, or wherever else for testosterone. But you have to understand you cannot ingest something to build testosterone. If you watch the history of testosterone and what it was used for after the World War to rehabilitate soldiers with injuries and whatnot, you understand that this is something that has to be injected into the system. It has to go through the fatty tissue. So a lot of people will go to the pharmacy and whatnot and buy a product, ingest it, and they find that there's nothing that's being done for themselves. And they wonder why. It's because you cannot take something like that to raise your testosterone level. First of all, if you realize that you have average testosterone or low testosterone, you're not going to function well. And I'll tell you why. The major organs in the body need testosterone. If you have a depleted amount of testosterone, the only thing that the body can shut down is your sex life. It cannot shut down your heart, your kidney, your liver, your brain. So it's going to divert the testosterone that is supposed to go to your sex life towards the heart, the kidney, the liver, and the brain. If that is happening, you're going to have a sexual dysfunction. So it's like an alarm system that God has given us. Anytime you don't wake up with a morning erection, or you stop getting a turgid morning erection, it's a signal that is coming to you that something is going wrong. Now, if you decide that, hey, I'm not going to bother with this, again, this is what happens to old men and whatnot, what is eventually going to happen is that you're going to have problems with the other organs of the body because you are not producing enough testosterone. So that hormone is very important for males. Women, it's a different thing. But with male, you need that testosterone. You need that hormone to drive you as a person. So if you're getting up tired and lethargic, you don't have the competitive edge anymore. You see something that's supposed to turn you on when you were young and it doesn't turn you on anymore. These are symptoms that are called andropause. Now, andropause is not male menopause. Andropause is reversible. Menopause is not reversible. That's something all women have to go through their lives. So a vast number of men in Trinidad and Tobago and the world have low testosterone and they're going through andropause. Now you ask a question, do all men go through this? Not all men go through this. Some men are blessed with having high levels of testosterone throughout their life. But if you are having high level of testosterone, you also have to check your prostate to make sure that you don't interfere with that and you're not causing yourself any harm in the future. So it's a balancing act that you have to do. As a sexologist, we look at two factors, your hormone levels and the health of your prostate. If there's a mismatch, you need to get medical attention. I'm not a medical doctor, as you know. I have my PhD in sexology, and that's what I do. I'm the only qualified sexologist in the Caribbean. So I've been seeing people all over the world. I do virtual clinics and whatnot. But the point is, if you understand what is happening with your body, you can do things, little things in life that is going to help you on later on. Now, there are foods, there are things that you can consume that will help you to maintain the baseline of your testosterone. Sleep is an important factor. Exercise is an important factor. Some of the things that we eat. Now, some of the things that we eat also reverses the process because what you consider to be junk food reverses the process.
Yeah. So in the issue, look, based on a couple of questions, how would you treat an addiction, a sex addiction / porn addiction? How would you treat? You can give it for either because
yes, it's not an easy fix. First of all, you have to get into the individual. You have to understand what brought it about, age factor, what age they started. All these things are factors that is going to affect a person's physical ability, mental ability. If they have a porn addiction, they have to be easily weaned off it. It's not something like you stop smoking and, there's a process for alcoholics and whatnot. It's a similar process for individuals who have porn addiction. With sexual addiction, remember, this is a physical thing. It's physical and mental. First, you have to work on the mental part of it. Get the individual to start reversing what is happening with them. So that's where the mental challenge comes in, because a lot of time, a person will go back to what is normal to them. We always go to that fallback of what is normal. So with sexual addiction, you may need more sessions. With porn addiction, you need less session, and you have to start weaning yourself off with guidance, of course. Sometimes you may slip up. I'm a phone call away. I have people calling me all hours of the day and night to, sometimes they need a little guidance. Sometimes they need me to say, here, what? Do this instead. There are things that you can do instead of, but how many of us are willing to go through that transition?
Are people using porn as a substitute for sexual activity?
Yes, they are. There are men out there who are afraid to talk to women for whatever reason. There are women out there who are afraid of diseases and whatnot, so they go to porn. They don't get the satisfaction from the male counterpart, as you said before. So they rely on pornography to get that sense of gratification that they're looking for. So yes, you find that this is happening a lot with persons. They are gravitating towards pornography because it's easily and readily available as opposed to sex.
Yeah.
Sometimes you may be in a marriage and there's no sex in the marriage. So marriage doesn't guarantee sex. And if you have a sexual addiction, there are things that you need from your partner that you may not get from your married partner or from anyone else. Because with sexual addiction, it's the things that you need to stimulate here. So it's like having sex in the mind and sex of the body. The sex of the body have to satisfy the mind. And if you're not mentally satisfied, you're going to seek out more of it.
Yeah. Any calls, Sir Charles?
But I believe everybody on the program who normally calls in for all the other things, they're very silent today. So I suppose Raj is either answering all of their questions, or they have no problems.
It's possible he's covering a lot.
Charles, one of the things I've found in life is that once I start talking, people listen.
Yeah.
Whether my radio program, Sex Explosion, or any other program that I'm on, people do listen because I give out a lot of free information, and the information resonates with individuals. When they when they're hearing what I'm saying, it resonates with them, and they're like, I didn't think about it from this angle. He's making sense here. This is happening to me. But sometimes again, they don't want to admit it in public. They don't want to make a phone call because people may recognize their voice and say, "Hear what? This is happening to me. How do I fix it? What do I do?"
Yeah.
But one of the questions, Raj, that a lot of people ask.
Hold 1 minute, Wendell. I got this call coming.
You got a call? All right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Caller, good morning.
Well, good morning. Well, I would let Wendell go ahead. I just want to tell Raj morning. This is a long-time listener here. Zena from Arriba, man.
I recognize the voice, Zena. I recognize that voice. Don't worry. I've heard it for 21 years on my program.
Raj, she is the cause of you coming here,
Yeah. Well, thank you, Zena.
Each one or two used to say, "Oh God, but Zena, when in Friday night come, go and sleep. You're too old for this." But I just got your base. Good hearing you. Well, I suppose you, Sir Charles and Wendell might have all the questions.
Yeah. Wendell have plenty.
Okay.
I have plenty due to my interactions with people, and especially remember Richard and I used to come on a morning right after Dr. Rad finishing the night, you and Tina. So we used to see a lot and hear a lot and observe a lot.
And learn a lot. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. 6454543, Mr. Dr. Raj. What are you talking about?
It hasn't changed.
What's my that number stick in my head like that? What's me? When I remember when it was on the other station, that's what's me. You had the commotion and that number just stick down to the. I'm trying to remember who was the Calypsonian who sang the song.
Ember. Gary Tomasos.
Ember.
Yeah, Gary Tomasos.
Nice. So Charles, whenever you get together, make sure.
No problem. Yes. Good thing you reminded me there. Yeah.
That's my angle live. Gentlemen, good morning again to you, Dr. Raj, to Richard, to Wendell, to Sir Charles.
No problem, sir.
Great program, much more. It was long overdue. I say yes. From the time I see Dr. Raj, I start to smell. I say, oh God, what are we talking about? Better yet on our Friday, because you don't know what's going on.
No problem. Thanks very much, Susan.
Raj, there's a question on the chat here from Finbar Collins. He says, I make every woman climax except this particular one. She seems to enjoy me immensely, but she's not climaxing at all.
There are some women who can enjoy sexual intercourse without having an orgasm or having a climax that you're looking for. They enjoy everything about it. They have they get that satisfaction within themselves, and it's not expressed through an orgasm or squirting or gushing. There are some women like that. And they'll tell you they're satisfied. If they tell you that and they're genuine, you're going to know that they are satisfied from their reaction and the things that happen while you're engaging in the sexual intercourse. Not all women behave the same way when you're having sex. Men has to ejaculate to be satisfied. Majority of men. There are few of us who don't need to ejaculate to enjoy sex as much as a woman would enjoy sex, because you can have that internal orgasm without ejaculating. But ejaculation is something that shows it's a physical act, whereas with women, it doesn't always show.
Yeah. Now, you said something just now that forced the next question. What's the difference? You said squirting and gushing. Is there a difference?
A big difference. Squirting is when you actually squirt through the urethra. Gushing is when it comes from deep inside the vagina, near the cervix, behind the cervix.
Caller, good morning. Yeah, caller. Go ahead, caller.
Yes. Dr. Raj, I missed on 102. When would you be having any other radio program?
He's here.
I'm here. I'm on
And there's no power 1 or 2 again.
Yeah, power 1 or 2 doesn't exist as far as we know.
Yeah, there's no 1 or 2 again.
There are radio stations that are courting me.
Dr. Raj is in terms of questions,
Richard, we losing you.
Is masturbation a healthy thing ultimately, or it leans to being unhealthy? Which is it, or is it moderation and bad?
It's not unhealthy. It's part of the physical act that you need to go through. So an individual who masturbates, there's something called over masturbation. There's something called addiction to masturbation. But once it's done intermittently, it's okay. It's a very pleasurable act, and it's something that helps you to release yourself. There are individuals, if they don't release, they're going to get something called blue balls, which is very real. They're going to get headaches. They're going to be frustrated. So these are the things that are going to happen to them. And they may need to masturbate. There are women who has to masturbate also to get that sexual relief. But over masturbation is just as bad as porn addiction.
How is over masturbation bad though?
Because what you're doing, it is a selfish act though. So what you're doing, you're trying to self-satisfy. You're not doing the physical act. You're not interacting with another human being. There's no chemistry involved. And you may need to use pornography. You may need to read something. You may need to fantasize about somebody. And that fantasy increases as you go along. And it may lead to other things, because the physical act, you doing this to yourself, you may start thinking about things that may be immoral or illegal, and you may want to act upon it.
Yeah. Okay.
When that hold your thoughts right, let me see if I can take this call. Caller, good morning to you.
Hey, Sir Charles, good morning.
Morning, Davide.
Well, Richard, and good morning to Dr. Raj.
Good morning.
So, I had listened to your program over 25 years ago, and here the joke it is, right? I had my son at that time, so that was company to me to stay awake. So listening to it. My mother stayed with me during that period. And here it is, when my mother got up to see about my son, I turned on the radio because he thinks Raj said, I say, right? Imagine I tell you what it is, right? So even my husband, when he get up, I turn on the radio because I want nobody to hear. So when my son was 6 months old, I said, good, I can listen good now, right? Nothing. He up. I say, see me, and let me take dog with it because I'm feeling out.
According to Sir Charles' program, I was keeping it real.
Yes. Imagine that. I didn't want my husband hear me listening to that program, neither my mother, not even my son at that time, and he was 6 months old.
Yeah, I understand that. I had a guy came to work for me once, and he said,
thanks, Davide.
I used to listen to your program under the bed, you know.
Raj, I'm asking a question for 90% of men and 99% of women. Does size matter?
It matters to a woman who is accustomed to large size, who may have had a lot of experience that way, but it does not really matter, because if you can satisfy a woman orally or digitally, penis size really doesn't matter. What matters is your action, your longevity. Those are the things that matter. How can you satisfy the person with the things that you're doing? If you could have the largest penis in the world and you ejaculate within 5 minutes, you're not going to satisfy anyone. And there's some women, when they look at that penis and say, hey, that's too big, that ain't going inside of me, you're not going to hurt up my belly. You know? So it matters only to the individuals who want something like that. But the majority of the individuals, they just want to enjoy good love making and good sex.
Yeah. All right. Caller, good morning.
Morning, John.
And you'll be the final caller with plenty much overtime this morning.
Good. A funny story about the Carmody Street location, right?
Yeah.
So I went with a friend to the location. And I was about 20-something years ago, so I don't know the same setup. As we walked in the door, there was a very large black device.
We call that the tall top.
Yeah, and yeah, my friend wanted to take down the wall and take the woman over there. That's what come up with me. He said, no, I want that to go. That is not for sale. That's not for sale. I mean, the lady who just started to laugh, they said that's a regular thing.
Oh my word!
I'll tell you a continuation of that study. A gentleman came and bought it for his partner, and 2 weeks after he came back, he said, "Can you get anything larger for me?"
Yeah.
I literally had to write the company and ask them to make a larger.
Wow. All right, thanks very much, Answer. Raj, we're well over time, but how do men compete in this world of sex toys and stuff and things with women and stuff?
That means I'm getting
good question, Sir Charles. Good question, Sir Charles. Because it seems like all adult toys mainly for women.
Majority of adult toys are for women because it's the largest market you have out there. It's not a competition if you understand that you can utilize it as a tool with your relationship. Though, again, there's a fascination with size because men are fascinated by big boobs, big buttocks. Women are fascinated by big penises and whatnot. It does not necessarily mean that you want to have sex with it. Now, the same thing with toys. If a woman gets addicted to toys, it's the only thing that is going to satisfy her because no man can vibrate his tongue or his lips like how a vibrator can do it.
That's true. That's true.
So what you do is you utilize that together with your partner. You start using it with your partner. So the toy, you don't become afraid of the toy. It is not a competition with the toy. It is a tool that you use with you and your partner.
Mm-hmm.
And since you mentioned the rose, I'll tell you, women are going crazy for that.
Yeah.
Dr. Raj, we really want to thank you. We're sorry we couldn't spend the entire morning with you, but we already will.
No, we have to have him back. A lot of people on the chat are asking for him to come back.
Well, whenever he has time, you know what I mean?
Well, a Friday morning is good, as long as I know before I can put things in place, because I have a lot to do in the morning time.
I know.
But yes, I'm always available to do these kind of interviews and whatnot because I believe in sharing information. I believe the only thing that multiplies is when you divide it, which is divide your education that you have in your head, you share it with people and it multiplies.
Right. Thank you, Raj.
Thank you very much, Raj.
Raj, just quickly give out your phone number and your place.
My cell number is 740-1961. That has never changed. It's always there, 740-1961. The office number is 285-9739 or 645-4543. Everyone knows that now.
Everyone knows that now.
Right. Yeah, everybody going and replay this interview this morning.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for having me. Thanks to the audience out there for listening to me. And like I said, I'm available anytime you need me.
Okay.
Thank you, Raj.
Thank you very much,
Right.
Dr. Raj. Wow.
Raj has always been so articulated and so knowledgeable. Sometimes you don't even have to ask him a question. He covers everything,
Yeah, because he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for so long. I mean, I have seen a lot of people try to duplicate what he's doing, you know.
Yeah.
I failed at it miserably, you know.
Yeah, I know of one. Crazy no tail.
Yeah. I know people who have tried to duplicate what we used to do as Explosion and fell flat because they just can't find somebody with kind of knowledge and information that Dr. Raj has. So,
I don't get a message from someone I haven't gotten a message from for a long time. Morning, Ray from West Palm Beach. Morning. Take Dr. Raj to pull you out today, girl.
And let me say good morning also to Nicole out there in Toronto, who's locked on and listening this morning. Very interesting show. Yeah.
Fran Romani, Scorpion Pepper. Look at all of them. Oh, look at them. Hey, Finbar Collins on a roll this morning, boy. Rena Jennings. Morning, Rena, saying, can you bring on Dr. Raj on a regular basis? We starved for this type of conversation and
we need to start over Explosion, I suppose. Anyhow, our news is well late. We're going with it anyhow.
We had to go with it.
All right, coming back.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio, and Guile Caribbean TV. I'm Derek McMillan. Thank you so much for joining us. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service says warrants have been issued for the arrest of Kaya Seeley in connection with the January 20th police-involved shooting in St. Augustine that left Joshua Samaru dead. Police say Seeley is wanted on 3 counts of shooting with intent to cause grievous bodily harm against police officers, along with a manslaughter charge linked to Samaru's death and several other offenses. The TTPS says the warrants were obtained following legal advice from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions after a comprehensive investigation into the incident. However, the warrants have not yet been executed. The shooting sparked national outrage after video footage appeared to show Samaru with his hands outside the vehicle before police opened fire following a chase. Samaru died, while Seeley survived but was left partially paralyzed. Police investigating the disappearance of 2-year-old Angelo Tobias Plaza say they have obtained CCTV footage they believe could help track the movements of a suspect in the case. Investigators say the footage, taken from a home in Goodwood, shows a vehicle believed to have been used around the time the child vanished, 11 days ago. The probe intensified over the weekend after one of 7 detainees allegedly confessed to strangling Angelo and throwing his body into the sea near Goodwood Bay. Search teams have since focused operations along Tobago's coastline and nearby waters, but the child has still not been found. Police say the investigation remains active and sensitive, with multiple agencies involved. Meanwhile, residents of Goodwood continue to hold prayer vigils as the community waits for answers. 3 students are facing extended suspension pending investigations into a violent fight near a secondary school in Chaguanas that was captured on video and circulated on social media. Police say the incident happened on Wednesday afternoon and involved students from 2 central secondary schools. One student was allegedly seen kicking a 14-year-old boy in the head while he was on the ground. The injured student was taken for medical treatment at the Chaguanas Medical Facility before being transferred to the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex, where he was treated and discharged. Investigators say the altercation may have started over exchanges on social media. The TTPS is urging students and parents to use social media responsibly and resolve disputes peacefully. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles is accusing the government of misleading the public over the state of the economy, despite positive comments from the International Monetary Fund. In a Facebook post, Beckles said IMF data showed Trinidad and Tobago facing worsening foreign exchange shortages, shrinking import cover, and growing economic uncertainty. She argued the country's foreign reserves have fallen sharply and warned of possible pressure on the TT dollar. Beckles also criticized Finance Minister Dave Tenku, claiming he was out of touch with the economic realities facing citizens. Her comments came days after Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesar said the IMF's latest assessment showed the country was moving in the right direction after years of economic decline. Trinidad and Tobago is among 12 countries supporting a joint statement expressing concern over ongoing protests and road blockades in Bolivia. The declaration, issued under the Shield of the Americas initiative, warned against actions aimed at destabilizing Bolivia's democratically elected government and called on protesters to remain peaceful and respect democratic institutions. The coalition, which includes the United States, Argentina, Chile, Guyana, and Trinidad and Tobago, said governments have a legitimate responsibility to maintain public order within the law. The statement comes amid continuing unrest in Bolivia, where protests and blockades have disrupted transportation and the delivery of fuel and medical supplies. The member countries also pledged support for regional democracy, security, and economic stability. Finally, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says Cuba poses a national security threat to the United States and warned chances of a peaceful agreement are not high. His comments came a day after the U.S. charged former Cuban President Raul Castro over the 1996 downing of 2 planes that killed U.S. nationals. Rubio said Washington still preferred diplomacy, but claimed Cuba remains a sponsor of terrorism in the region. Cuba's Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez Parilla rejected the accusations, accusing the U.S. of spreading lies and trying to provoke military aggression. The tensions come as Cuba faces worsening fuel shortages, blackouts, and economic pressure under the Trump administration. And that is Net Radio News at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. Net Radio.
Cipriani College, we are back. The box office smash Scandal in Citrus is back. We are back because you demanded it for 3 nights only. Friday the 29th and Saturday the 30th of May at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 31st at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available now at usual outlets and online. Scandal in Citrus, we are back at Cipriani College. See it again or see it for the first time. Don't miss it.
Scandal in Citrus.
St. Teresa Preschool presents their fundraising boat ride, Dancing Under the Moonlight, on Saturday, the 23rd of May, 2026. It's a collaboration of colors on board the Island Royalty. Bring your own coolers. Boarding time, 11 p.m. Sailing, 12 midnight. Music by DJ Chaotic from Sweet 100 FM. Kryptonite Sounds with Mr. Flavor of Net Radio TT. Dress code, elegantly casual. Gorgeous ladies wear blue. Handsome gentlemen wear pink. Admission, early bird tickets $200, regular $250. No oversized cooler. For more information, call 375-6527-719-3379. Dancing Under the Moonlight aboard the Island Royalty.
Are you taking care of your sexual health and overall well-being? At Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, we believe your confidence, wellness, and intimacy matter. Visit us at our convenient locations: 10 Carmody Street, St. Augustine, Edinburgh, Chaguanas, Shops of Daybay, 95 Circular Road, Vistabella, Docks Ranch Light Pole 51, SS Aaron Road, Pinal, and Metro Hotel, Suite 1, Number 2 Knoll Street North, Couva. From relaxing massage services to professional guidance on sexual wellness, we are here to support you every step of the way. Consult with renowned sexologist Dr. Raj Ramnanan for expert advice tailored to your needs. Take the first step toward a healthier, more confident you. Call 285-9739 or 645-4543 to book your appointment today. Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, where wellness meets confidence.
It's the Grand Clearance Sale at Fats International Styles. Everything must go. All clothing, only $100. Sneakers, just $200. Yes, you heard right. Massive deals, unbeatable prices while stocks last. Visit Fats International Styles Arima opposite Castro's restaurant. Don't miss your chance to grab the hottest styles at crazy clearance prices. Hurry in today because once it's gone, it's gone.
Two Fat Fellas celebrates its final performance in San Fernando, Naparima Bowl.
One night, one show, Saturday, May 30th, night of the holiday.
Two Fat Fellas stars, Cecilia, Kenny, Kevon, Zachary, Rachel, and Rody.
The ridiculously funny comedy is at Naparima Bowl for one final night.
Tickets available at Dormont Shoe Store along Circular Mall, Anthony's Floral Val Park, K-Square Stores, Eastgate Mall, Brentwood Plaza, C3 Center, Athletes by the Park, Southern Food Basket, Coffee Street, and Point Fortin. Naparima Bowl box office opens on Thursday the 28th of May. Also online at islandtickets.com. For more info, text or call 683-0356 or 683-4843.
Check out our early bird special online at Island E-Tickets. Two Fat Fellas.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Join me, Brother David Muhammad, every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio, Powerful Radio. Join me to hear knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
CPT Singh said Dr. Raj have addiction to Spanish women.
Well, there are some things, if you have never tried and you do try, it can really get you addicted very quickly to it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there are some things that you ever go somewhere and they say, try this dish or drink this and try this drink, and you just love it. And after that, you just can't do it without it,
Well, I tried something that I love, but it's too expensive. That was Wagyu steak.
Well, you understand? And they have it here, they're selling it here. It's very expensive too,
Yeah, it is the most expensive steak in the world. But so I there's no way I could get addicted to that. But I actually loved it the first time.
Well, when you think about the price, if you can't afford it, you would not get addicted to some things, eh?
Spanish women might be like that too.
That might be like that. You might be able to afford that.
Oh God! Look, these people on this program is the greatest. Yes,
I buy local and drink local. You understand? And I tell people all the time, sometimes like because I've been in a number of functions, when they're all over, then all different kinds of things, and so I said, well, look at that, so you ain't drinking that, or try this now, you don't eat this. I say, I just eat and drink, or I custom eating and drinking.
You like experimenting.
No, some things I just, it's me. I could hear.
Nah, experiment, especially when I travel. Yeah, you eat kangaroo. You can eat kangaroo. You eat so many. When you travel, you get to experiment, man. You have to try something. I eat seaweed the other day. So now I try things as long as I don't think it'll. As long as I do it in moderation. I try things when I travel. I try a lot.
I think I can't start all this caviar.
Oh no, but I'm not into certain things, and caviar is one. Anything to do with shrimp, seafood, crab, them kind of things, or conch, so thing. I'm not trying that.
Yeah,
I did try the seaweed, and I only found out it was seaweed after.
Yeah, I remember I was doing a function years ago. I can't remember if it was a Christmas, a private function. Somewhere down in the Westmore or West Morris or somewhere. Security, nice yard, low and this, that, but everybody's seated in a particular area, and I mean the DJ, just bring everything for the DJ to eat. Some people to the DJ. If it's one thing, some people, and they bought this, because the thank God it was myself and I had somebody else there with me, my cousin was there. And I think we got the job through my cousin, because he was working with a whole lot of lawyers. He was working for William Stone, and so there it was like a Christmas function. And where we are playing, and they bring this caviar thing, and I tell him, I say, I ain't want that here. Try the thing now, man. When did I try the thing? And after a little while, I think must be about 2 spoons of the thing. And next thing, I start to feel the thing like it want to come up.
Yeah.
And where we are, everybody's around him. I have to leave that, put on a song, and say, hey, you watch that. make my way all through the crowd, get out inside, past the security, and reach outside there and start to vomit like
Oh gosh, yeah.
I started to vomit outside there. I said, boy, you know, and you know, vomit is a thing, it has just reached that point before it does happen.
Yes, it's be in your mouth before you had to let it out.
Yeah, it's two things, vomit and diarrhea. There's happening a particular kind of way. So that was my after I said, see that I don't bring no coffee by me. I ain't able.
Yeah. I don't experiment too much with food. Well, especially along certain lines. But there are certain things I will try, you know, especially if it's meat based. I'm not into salads too much, but again, as I say, I tried the seaweed today because everything was a very small portion, so it was easy to just take a little taste. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was okay with it. You know, at least it was okay with me. You know, I shouldn't say I was okay. It was okay with me.
Wow.
I've never had sushi. I've never had sushi. You know?
I've been around it, but I myself, after my caviar experience, I don't even think. You know, I ain't going there at all.
Yeah.
Not even that alone. So there are some places I might, if I go to maybe like Japan or China, I might have problems eating.
Yeah.
Certain things. Because some of the foods and some of the dishes that they do and stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to reorganize my whole thinking to visit some of those places to eat some of the things. That I walk with my food.
Or Puritan.
Yeah. Or that, you understand?
Yeah. I've never used it, but when I was in China in 2019, they had given us something. They didn't explain. Of course they might have, but I didn't hear it. And it was shrimp in it. And there was another colleague from Jamaica on the Jamaica contingent, and he immediately got sick. And they had to rush him back to the hotel. Mm-hmm. I started to feel it, and then they brought something for me. But I wasn't he got it bad. They had to rush him back to the hotel.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it was bad. But so I don't shrimp and thing. Once I ask, like jollof rice is normally made from shrimp too. I asked first and I said, no, sorry, you had to make a fresh batch for me. You know what I mean? I did that in Senegal last time. And I did that.
Have some people like that. If any semblance of it, even if you use a different spoon and put it in that.
Yeah.
Interface.
Sometimes you look at rice and you see these little things and you know that ain't chicken, but it's small. And you're saying that is that shrimp? But they don't tell you sometimes, eh?
Yeah.
So I'm always mindful of that.
Yeah. And those
I'm not allergic to shrimp in that kind of way. I would so I could eat some, but I can't eat too much. If I eat too much, then my stomach starts I start to feel a little nauseous.
Shrimp is a thing I like.
But if there's shrimp and rice and I eat it now, I'm not allergic to that kind of way.
Yeah, I
I'm
can have
terribly allergic
and crab and stuff.
Yeah, crab.
I don't like crab. I don't like crab at all. So I don't eat crab. I just don't like it.
Okay.
And I had lobster, and I really like lobster either.
Yeah.
Right.
Just a little.
You might actually be allergic.
Yeah, I don't like it. I know some people crave that, and lobster is always so expensive. But I remember I went to a party once, and they had so much lobster and all of that, and I was like, you know, some of the friends I said, "Ooh, look, lobster," and they gobbling on lobster, and I'm like,
yeah.
Is it because how they have to go to the bottom of the ocean to catch it? Why it's so expensive?
Well, all those shell sea fish like lobster, crab, shrimp, they're all scavengers of the sea.
Yeah, they're at the bottom.
Yeah, they're scavengers of the sea. They kind of eat anything.
Yeah, they do, and then you eat that.
So,
hey guys, before we leave, let's laugh segment now. I mean, we've been laughing all morning, but you know, we have a segment called Let's Laugh.
We ain't laugh all morning, but you know that particular group chat is heavily populated. You might have to start doing a breakfast funnies every day.
yeah, but anyhow, let's go.
Yeah.
Evans IT.
Hi, I'm 85 years old, and I'm just wondering,
When I die, if I get to heaven, how old will I be? Am I going to be 85 for eternity? Because my feet really hurt.
Well, don't worry about that, sir. Everyone in heaven is 30 years old.
Really?
Yes, peak physical condition and optimal cognition for an eternity.
That sounds amazing. So, is everyone single up there?
Well, I know what you're thinking, but there's no sex.
Why not?
Well, sex is only for procreation, sir. It's strictly an earthly activity.
But it's not only for procreation.
Yes, it is.
Well, not if you're any good at it.
Well, it's not allowed.
Well, that sucks. Is there music?
Well, of course. Harps, mostly. I mean, no drumming or dancing is allowed, because you know what that could lead to.
A good time?
Exactly.
Yeah, heaven sounds really boring.
Well, no worries. Feelings of boredom have been wiped from the system.
Removed?
Yeah, along with creative thought and unmet desire.
So you don't feel anything, and everybody's okay with that?
Everyone reports complete satisfaction. The desire to complain, totally disabled.
Can I opt out?
Hold on. You know what? Looking at your file, you're already pre-qualified for the other location.
Oh, thank God.
My boy say, oh, thank God, yes.
You say, I feel I can make it to me
You're already pre-qualified.
Yeah, for the other location.
The other location.
Oh, he said, what by everyone sorry to kind of borrow it from me, yes?
I actually know quite a few people who already pre-qualified for the other location.
Oh, you know what, Mel? You saw their file.
Oh,
you saw their file.
I see their life. Which is files spelled a different way, eh? I see their life.
Oh, boy.
But Richard, just to go back on a more serious note, because Renee Cummins just posted this on Facebook, aligning with what you said. She said, how is the joint enterprise doctrine used in criminal law when police kill someone during a confrontation but charge another person for the death?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's a little bewildering, but I don't know what evidence that they have, because if you believe the system works, there has to be some evidence that justifies the DPP making that decision. And which is why I think it's important that the DPP clear the air and give some sort of seriousness back to the situation in terms of having confidence that the system is working. And as somebody said, that the Constitution is working. You can't just say glibly the Constitution is working if the perception of the citizenry is that it's not, and that it's being twiddled with to achieve an outcome. So the main players are the ones in whom that burden rests. And the DPP, that's one of your burdens, because you're the one who was at the center of this. You're saying on the basis of the evidence that the police presented that we have to go along with what the police are saying, that Kaya should be charged. Now, I don't know if any police officers will be charged along with Kaya for other offenses. I don't know if that's to come. As you said, Wendell, things may happen over the weekend, or maybe they are happening already. We don't know. But it seems to me, on the face of it, a difficult case to argue in meeting the threshold of beyond reasonable doubt. Because any DPP officer, I don't care how junior you are, making a decision, has to frame the question in their mind, can this meet the standard of beyond reasonable doubt? Because that's the base level of any criminal process. Can this evidence meet the standard of beyond reasonable doubt that the charge I am laying is going to stand up? Otherwise, you're wasting state resources and you're not acting as a proper officer of the court.
Yeah. And we've had so many examples of that lately. That's the problem.
And that's why I think there is some clarity needed from the DPP with regard to this particular situation, because it's so high profile, because there is video that has been shared ad nauseum. People are very familiar with the video, and there is a perception that there is some twiddling going on
with regard to the situation and trying to frame it in a particular way. That's how people are thinking. That is not good for the system of justice, of which you are one of the stakeholders. So it's incumbent on you to stabilize it. And that's it, at least that's how I see it. I say it's incumbent on you to stabilize it. And if that's your decision, then stand by your decision and stand up and indicate that's your decision.
Yeah, and why you took it.
And so it stabilizes the perceptions of people. But if it's not meeting the standard of beyond reasonable doubt, and it's just, a frivolous thing to achieve a certain distraction, our system can't operate in that way and can't be allowed to operate in that way. So I want to believe that it can't be that.
Yeah.
Could we have fallen that? Could we have fallen that low?
Yeah.
I want to hope not. And so that's why I'm saying for the preservation of the system, because it affects the entire view of the system of justice. And if it is that the confidence of the population is being eroded to a darker place about where the system of justice is going, that feeds into other reduction in even the administration of governance and all of that.
Yeah.
So the government, a sensible government, and I assume this government is a sensible government, has to be concerned. No, they're not directly involved. They're not involved because it's a criminal process. So they really can keep out of it. But they have to be concerned with how it's playing out.
Because the
and
citizens...
if they're not concerned, it will be strange.
Yeah, the citizens...
I don't think they have any position in it because it's independent office holders dealing with a particular criminal offense. So the government is out of it. But they must be concerned as it's playing out.
Richard, just like I said, when under the PNM administration, that TTPS will be their downfall. The people will be blaming the government toward the end of the day with this nonsense, They are going to look at...
And you're right, Wendell, and you know how it affects too? Because the government obviously wants and has been telegraphing in a kind of way to continue with the state of emergency. The Prime Minister said, she will call state of emergency as long as she feels to call it, basically. Along those lines, I'm not quoting her directly, but along those lines, to deal with the crime situation. You now have a public that will be disturbed of how these events have played out and may not be inclined that a state of emergency should continue because you have given the police so much power and this is the result.
Yeah.
That's how they're reading it. And I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying, it needs to be stabilized. And why I think it's important for the DPP to come forward to say, well, look, stand up and say, stand up by your decision, basically, because the police is saying that's your decision. So stand up by your decision and articulate it clearly and confidently for a population that is a little bit now, not a little bit, a lot of the population is now, confused and bewildered and now looking, eroding the confidence in that whole system even more.
Well, Richard, I am hopeful that confidence of the population that is eroding and shifting will now start to show and agitate to get those things that we are talking about. Because a lot of the times things are happening in this country. And I think for people not wanting to agitate, use all sorts of things, especially like the SOE, where the SOE say you can't protest, but there are other things that you can do. And I'm only hoping that other civil society groupings, and whether it be lawyers and other politicians and the opposition, whoever it is, will agitate so we could get that movement to get those kind of answers. We could get the DPP or somebody in that area to bring that clarity to the population, because this is not just an ordinary situation. The population, this is creating a lot of disquiet and outrage in the society. So somebody has to address this.
Yeah. Right. Well, Sir Charles, I want to think the agitation is occurring, and it's occurring on social media. And social media is a formidable force. don't underestimate the power of social media. We can bad talk social media sometimes, but it's also a force. If it's agitated enough, it can pressure politicians and stakeholders to say, okay, we need to respond.
Well, I'm hoping it will bring out certain voices that you could really get movement, because there are some people in society, when they speak on certain things get moving, and this needs some voices in between you.
Well, I mean, Gary, I know, has spoken about it. Maybe we could give Gary a quick call and hear his take on it.
He has issued a release. I just want to read a comment from Ariel Baker. He said they're testing the public's reaction before going forward with their bloody deceit. I have no doubt.
And you know, what is interesting about all of this now is now you have to go to extradition proceedings for Kaya Seeley. Okay? So Kaya Seeley now, is it because she's in the United States seeking treatment because she was paralyzed by the incident? So she's
a U.S. citizen, eh?
Is she?
She is a U.S. citizen, yeah.
All right. So if she's a U.S. citizen, it makes it even more complicated. Mm-hmm. Because now, so is it a distraction that you know is destined to a failure?
And?
Because if she's a U.S. citizen, she also has the right to argue as an extradition matter, because of the nature of it, that she could feel that she is subject to harm in coming back to Trinidad and Tobago.
And seek refuge there.
Yeah, and that because she's because the issue of a police killing, which she's now one of the players in, and remember, she's the only living witness besides the police as to what transpired. Beyond the video, she's the only human witness as a counteract to what happened in that situation on that fateful day.
Yeah.
So she can say to the extradition proceedings, I figure my life will be at risk if I go back to Trinidad and Tobago, because it's the TTPS, it's the state police of Trinidad and Tobago that I'll be going up against. And she could make that argument. Huh?
Yeah. So you're right. Your question is valid. That is this just a distraction to get away from all this, to end this matter? Because it'll probably go nowhere. We don't know.
And that's what I'm saying. All of this uncertainty and all of this speculation that is taking place it does not help confidence in the TTPS. It does not help confidence in the DPP. It does not help confidence in the system of justice and the role that the police and the DPP play in the society.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that have to fix it. Because you want people to have confidence in the TTPS and you want people to have confidence in the DPP's office.
I was trying to get
people who can correct that imbalance are the stakeholders in those organizations.
Definitely. It really falls in their hands. Yeah. I was trying to get on Gary, but Gary, I'm sure he's very busy right now. His phone is just everybody must be talking about
Gary. Get some calls as we had to end the show, I guess.
We have a couple minutes, so let's take a couple calls. Caller, good morning.
The Powder Puff Girls down at Rumbox later today, right, folks?
Yes. Caller, good morning.
Walk with your Johnson and Johnson.
Gentlemen, Norfolk, Virginia, Center. You know, the regular fellows who called in all the time, I ain't hearing none of them. Only the ladies, you guys realize only ladies called in. But on top of that, only you guys, I try to get through to Dr. Raj so he could answer a question on something that was brought up.
Ask it. One of us will answer it for you.
Ask it for a friend, not for me.
Ask the question anyhow.
Anyway, here the question is, and I'll try to play it subtly, okay? I think Richard brought it up, choking the bishop, mangling the mamba, whatever they call it, right?
Richard brought up choking a bishop?
Masturbation.
Richard never talk anything so violent.
Right?
So, yeah, go ahead. Masturbation, use the word now, man.
All right, okay, well, the thing about it is that I heard Dr. Raj once said that he did say extreme, but on the other point he's saying that it's healthy. But I had one point he was saying that it wasn't healthy. I understand it's supposed to be good for the kidneys, especially for men, and the pancreas. So since we have an expert of Wendell on the board here, maybe draw some.
Well, all I can tell you, brother man, is choke away.
Flogging the mule.
Choke away. Yeah. Or better yet, flog away.
Yeah.
Oh
Virginia,
my God.
All right. Virginia, thanks very much. Virginia wants to continue using all these different descriptives.
You flog away. You go ahead.
Kola, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yeah. The bull, go ahead.
Yeah.
Take down the
radio. Take down your volume in the
back now.
I think Richard just hit the ball, because any person with any modicum of common sense to rationalize the situation and see that, right? Now the main problem is we don't want, from seeing the video and so on, right? We are uncomfortable with police officers with that kind of mindset, right? Being there. That's the main thing. Now, if the police were having a criminal matter, you taking 4 months before you prefer a charge against the girl? 4 months? Now, if they're preferring charges against the police, the PCA will have to complete the investigation and then send the findings to the DPP if the charge the officers or not, right? They're telling me now the PCA investigation is still ongoing, right? Now look at this. If you charge the police officers, they have to suspend them. They have to get them off of the force or something. If you charge a girl, you're talking about that process going to get time for the next 10 much years. And where the police officers not still on the job?
Yep.
Right? So the whole objective of this, all farcical and nonsensical it's sounding. I'll give you one line why I sum up the happening there. Because the public is so apathetic, they will talk, but won't do nothing about it. That is the question.
Yeah.
And the girl and them who had the protest was saying the same thing. You could go on social media, everybody, how much thing on social media.
Nothing beats the ground. Nothing beats the ground. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks very much, Kola.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's all good to get and stuff, but nothing beats presence. Kola, good morning.
Good morning again.
Morning.
You know, last time my daughter and I had a discussion like this, and she keeps telling me Tia is not charged for killing Joshua, you know. She is charged for shooting back at the police, and the police in turn have to, of course, defend the territory, right? So the charge is manslaughter, yes, but it's not that she has been charged for shooting him. Like, I telling her, well, she right at the side of him, the passenger seat. How could she have killed him? And she said, that is not what the issue is. And I'm going on to explain the same thing, exactly what Richard said this morning, that the police said that they had a right to shoot back because they were being shot at. And if anybody gets killed, the person who is shooting at them is the one who is liable. Right, so Richard?
The person who's shooting at them is liable. Well, if you're shooting at the police, yes, it's a charge. Of course you're liable. But right. I think the problem is people are unclear whether she was shooting at them. And the issue is, if she was in fact shooting at them and she had a gun, why wasn't she charged earlier?
Earlier on, yeah, all that. But I think it is a strategy for the police not to be charged, those officers who were involved in that, for them not to be charged, because they know fully well this case is going to be thrown out. I am saying this now. This case will be thrown out, and that is the end of that. The police, 10 years from now, 12 years from now, when this case comes up in the court, these police officers are retired and down home collecting the salary, the pension, the pension and whatever else. So that was a strategy. It took 4 months to come up with a plan to go to the last of the thing, to dig up something to charge his bill. Why wasn't it done 3 months ago? So you see, that's how we can't trust the police. Not that I don't want to, I keep saying, but we cannot trust them. And I mean, last night I was so sick. But anyway, everybody, whole country probably sick now, right? Oh, God, you all have a wonderful day. And of course, I'll be down at 1 box later.
Nice.
All right, powder puff.
So the investigations, but one has to assume that the investigations are complete, hence the DPP giving those instructions. Well, 4 months later.
Well, what they did say about some time ago, remember the police commissioner came to us and said that the investigation was complete and the file went to the DPP and they are waiting instructions. Now, now all of a sudden this comes out where I hastily called a press conference to say that the DPP did give instructions since yesterday, because when he was doing the conference yesterday, it was the DPP had given instructions 24 hours before to issue criminal charges. Now, the headline that came out in the news was criminal charges against cops. But so when the police commissioner came, he said he's not responsible for that release. We are issuing criminal charges, and he didn't say at that point in time against who.
Yeah.
At the life, only later in the day, a release came that it was charges against Kaya. So it just
seems strange.
Yeah,
it's confusing. Why wasn't all of that transparent from the go? And so it's puzzling why that's the methodology used in terms of giving out the information. It's just a little confused.
Yeah, it seems on the hand. Caller, good morning to you.
It's adding to that uncertainty and speculation, which you don't want.
Yeah. Morning, Zina.
Morning to the guys there.
Morning, Zina.
Well, yeah, what you see that whole story, I think I beamed down into down our point to some twilight zone, you know, because I don't think I hearing right, you know. That can't be for real. Because I knew that after that incident, someone had put out a further video showing where they went back to that vehicle maybe the next day, and all the police was around that vehicle for more than an hour, in and out and around and all that. So that whole scene was so contaminated that I don't even know what they could really charge anybody for. I think it's just trying to throw the shadow off of themselves.
And that is what the public is saying right now.
That come like a dream to me. Something ain't right somewhere. And
all I am saying is that you need to instill confidence in the TTPS and the DPP's office. And the stakeholders in those positions need to address this situation.
Well, that's it. But Sir Charles, I also want to say you joined the bandwagon this morning where you're asking Raj for a friend.
I didn't ask for no friend. Virginia was asking for a friend.
And Virginia is the same thing.
Yeah, I was asking.
Since on 102, I noticed men behaving like that.
Yeah, I don't know what men have to hide.
If you have a problem, or
if you have a problem, say you have a problem.
Question.
Yeah. No. But I wasn't asking for no friend.
Always a friend for asking for.
My men have plenty
friends.
Men
don't try that now. Look, come straight down.
Zina.
For you to give her the call.
I couldn't get the call.
Zina, you see how very open I was with my addiction? I was playing. I asked about it.
Yes, that's why I love you and even Richard. Yes.
Also, it's easy one. All right,
Richard,
okay.
I want to talk to Richard.
Go ahead.
Richard, you heard what you remember what you said yesterday about Cyril telling his story, good? Cyril is a product of the University of the West Indies, you know. Cyril did her degree the same time with that your girl there.
Who, Deborah?
The one who in your plane now.
Deborah?
Who I'm saying everything bam and
Deborah.
Yeah, that's right. They course together.
Oh, okay.
She told me at the time she had spoken to Chukong to start to do plays with him, but then he came and got killed. So Cyril is a storyteller, you know, and also what you call it? She did her degree in this kind of, what you call it? Drop-ins. She used to work in the drop-in centers with doing counseling for real life programs, social programs.
Okay.
She really is an expert at the storytelling. She did a lot of plays. Yeah. But she will tell you for herself. That's why she wanted Sir Charles to call her.
Yeah, but I can get hooked up with her this morning. Today the program had too much peace.
All right.
Thanks very much, Powder Puff ladies. See you all later.
All right.
Just to answer Scorpion Pepper, yes, Scorpion Pepper, the Powder Puff girls coming. Charmaine is in the country and she has organized a posse of her girls. They come in with the pom-poms and things. Down at Rumbox later.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice time. It's going to be a nice time. Yeah, Lord.
What pom-poms you talking about, Randa? You mean they coming with their fan? You mean they coming with their fan?
Wendell, you're organizing music for this.
Tell me a lie.
Charmaine must bring a whole shipment of fan for them.
Wendell, are you organizing music for Rumbox today?
Where your hand on? Oh, they look at back and I have it, Richard.
Wendell, are you organizing the music for Rumbox later? So you're putting the speaker outside today?
Yeah, I have a speaker there all the time. Hey, I tell you, my neighbor called police. My neighbor called police a time for them boys and them for using that little speaker. That little speaker, you know, they're so wicked. Some of them neighbors in my area, they're wicked.
There's police.
No, St. James people not neighborly.
No, some of them. Anyway, I don't even want to say it here on national radio.
No, don't.
I don't even want to say it.
Next thing they object.
Anyway, this is where we wrap up the breakfast show on this Friday. The weekend begins tonight, people, and you know what's happening next weekend? Theater is back on. Scandal in Cedrus is back at Cipriani College, and God knows you need to laugh and you need to distress yourself. So we're on next week, Friday and Saturday at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday at 6:30 p.m. at Cipriani College. You have all manner of parking at Cipriani College. And of course, tickets are available now at the usual outlets: King Square Fashions, West Mall, Eastgate, and Brentwood Mall. Jabili Rawi in Tinapuna, Electronics in Arima, and Tony's Florals in Val Park Shopping Plaza, and Sharpler Auto Services in Sharpler. You can see how to buy tickets online by going to RSR Productions Theatre on Facebook, Insta, and TikTok. In addition to it, the box office opens on Monday at Cipriani College from 12 noon to 6 p.m. days. You can get your tickets there. I know people have been calling and have been buying tickets already. And some people are just waiting for the box office to open. So get your tickets early. I keep telling people that, and some people don't take me on. But get them early. Trust me. Scandal in Cedrus. I mean, so many people are now coming back to the play, in addition to droves of new people coming. So you should not miss it. It's going to be fun, and it's a great distressor from life on planet Earth. And sometimes you need to distress. Trust me on that. So yeah, looking forward to that next weekend. The weekend has begun. People, put a smile on your face, regardless of what you're going through or whatever your commute is like, wherever you are on the planet. Put a smile on your face because it's Friday.
Yeah,
right, folks,
just two things before you go, just to remind people that St. Teresa's boat ride, their annual fundraising boat ride, is on tomorrow. So you all go out and support it. And RJ is in for me today inside of the mid-morning, right? So good. See you
Folks,
guys.
have a wonderful weekend. Be careful on the nation's road. Look out for the young ones. And remember to let go and let God.
All right, and netradiott.com continues. You can listen to all of the excellent programming throughout the day. Netradiott.com. That's NETT radio and TT.com. And of course, Net Radio Trinidad on your smart devices. A, S, and G. You can call either of them and you can tell them, take me to Net Radio Trinidad on TuneIn. and you'll get the feed wherever you are, whatever time of the day. But of course, this is the most important time of the day that's about to come to an end. Of course, we know you have a choice in what you watch and what you listen to, and we're so glad that you chose us. So have a fantastic day, people. Don't let anybody disturb your peace. You know. Peace is important. So remember to smile and laugh. It's great for your health. You have been watching
The Breakfast Show.
Yeah.
It's a Friday, baby. No. Yes, I'm on my way. DJ Cassidy on the remix, baby. Needed a friend, and the way I feel now, I guess I'll be with you till the end. South Africa to the world. Yes, I'm on my way. Shake what your mama gave ya. Hey.
Get up. It's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes